Welcome back to Song of the Nameless, session 19, entitled Hidden Serpents. Last session, the group returned back to the city of Ordris, and upon arrival, learned that a member of the council had been killed, specifically um, Sarah's dad. Um, the current uh, suspect, or rather, the current culprit, according to the watch, is none other than Asai, the bandit who stabbed Cindrix in the back and stole his magic wand. The articles that were utilized to place Asai at the scene were quote unquote witness testimony um, from, yeah, dubious at best individual. The wand being at the scene of the crime, as well as another item that Asai was said to have been seen wearing before. They spoke to Asai. It went pretty good. But after speaking to Asai, they went back up to the ship, and there they met with Cinder, a member of the League of Restoration, who um, happens to be Cindrix's mother. They've already started
A coincidence.
Right, indeed.
Yeah.
That's how we do. It's a very Star Warsian kind of situation. Everybody you meet will actually be related to you. So who's Asai related to? We don't know.
Only they are like my half sibling.
Or Asai's, sibling. Asai is Asai's sibling. What has
This,
happened? Um,
yes.
so, Cinder is there speaking with you, and not much has been communicated, other than she believes that the cult of Ashmedea is responsible for his death. So, you have her, and you can engage with her here on the landing platform where your skyship is currently placed. I believe that Tommel and Scarin would have still been on board. So if you wish to you would be able to see that they're down there. If you wish to come down and talk to them, or if you folks who are on the ground want to go up, um, certainly welcome to do so. But
I think
she's not.
Tom will staying with the ship regardless. So if you come up, that's great. But I don't think Tommel would be leaving this thing alone anytime soon.
More than fair. She's not pressing the conversation any further. She's kind of said her piece, and we kind of have an idea of the council and where their loyalties lie.
Um,
Yeah.
so for this conversation, was this occurring one on one between her and Cindrix?
Whoever was with, because Cindrix went down and was kind of
Yeah.
stopped outside of the jail before you guys went in to speak to Asai.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't turn and leave. He said so. He waited kind of in the guard post.
Hmm.
So when you folks came out and ascended up, you would have basically gathered up your Cindrixes and then headed back to the ship. And then Tommel would have stayed on the ship prior, like never left. And Scarin, once they were kind of barred from entry, fucked off. I was like, well, all
So
right.
we
Hmm.
witnessed this conversation, but it occurred in Draconic.
I believe it started
Yeah.
in Draconic and shifted to Common.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so you are aware of
Uh,
what was said. There's nothing
Okay.
being withheld here, right,
Hmm.
Johnny?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, before when I was saying if she still works for Paragon, can you insight that, depending on the answer?
Oh, sure. So what I will let you know is that insight doesn't tell you the truth of a matter. Like you don't,
Yeah.
even on a quote unquote success. So yeah, you can roll an insight check. You're more than welcome to.
Oh,
What'd you get?
47.
Okay, so she said it very sternly, which to kind of passive individuals who try to kind of perceive human interaction would kind of determine that as like a very clear and final like statement of I am not.
Hmm.
She's very stern and focused about it. At the same time, if someone is really intending to deceive, they could put forward a position very sternly. However, you feel like that it was said with such quickness. It doesn't feel like it was a practiced thing. It feels like it was reactionary, as if it was an emotional statement rather than a thought out one.
So why would the cult of Asmodea wanna kill my father?
Cinder would look to you and say, I think you know why, although I don't think you understand it. You are well aware that he holds all rights and titles to the retinue and regiment of the Storm Herald, correct?
Well, yeah.
And now that that has passed from his hands to yours, I would presume that you are next in line to receive some form of communication or termination from the cult, as it's their goal to acquire it.
Just going to ask her, why was she keeping all this from him all this time?
Because your loyalties were not clear. Mine were always broken. I did not know if you were still working for Empiragon or not. And yes, you are my Cathol, but that does not matter. Blood can be thick, but it runs thin when it's being poured out of your back.
I understand. Teach me that. If I knew earlier, though.
Again, I wish I knew you weren't loyal earlier, but it seems your endeavors with the League have proven fruitful, at least from your first endeavor. Looks to Queera. The team that was sent to restore the cenotaph was handpicked by me. I made sure that no one was in league with the cult, as the artifice within is very much something that is desired by Empiragon and his underlings.
You say you handpicked this team, but at the same time you weren't too sure about your own blood's allegiance. That's
Have you ever
strange.
talked with Cindrix?
I mean, yeah.
And I would hope you understand in your travels with him, you have seen that he does keep some things close to the chest, even if it is just because he does not know how to exactly properly say things, correct?
Look away when she said that.
Yeah, I mean, like,
If you are ever in the game of deceit as long as I have been, you will learn that sometimes such sheep-like tendencies can actually be foils.
so Queera, it kind of knows that this is kind of rude, but kind of does it anyway. She is kind of talking about Cindrix as if he's not there. Um, if there was any question, why risk it? Why assign him to the team?
No, no, no. Not your team. Apologies. The team that went after you. Sorry, out of character. She means the team that went to go restore it. After you had
Okay.
basically claimed it. There was a team that was basically going there
Well, I
to
mean, she can explain that in character too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
She will.
Okay. Ah, okay. That's clear.
Yeah,
Mm,
Gil was literally standing here like, I don't remember you picking me.
Yeah, no, did not happen. She had nothing to do with that. In fact, no, you were actually selected by
Bruh.
Ambran Olafstad, who
Ah.
gave Queer a free reign to choose whoever
mm.
she wanted, because to him he didn't see this as an important endeavor.
Mr.
Yeah,
Cinder,
MVP, best pick.
Mr. Cinder, thank you for the warning. Um, if there is a danger that is, um, if Sarah is in danger, then we will endeavor to protect her. Um, and I appreciate your um, I appreciate your being proactive at least now, so that we may keep our colleague and dear friend safe.
Of course. But the matter at hand regarding your inheritance is of utmost importance to me, Sarah, Ordric. It is ultimately important that you claim your inheritance as quickly as possible and hold it to a safe place, somewhere you feel you are able to keep it protected and out of the grasp of certain individuals. My son should have some understanding as to what the capabilities of those who seek it are, and might be able to help you in protecting it.
We would all do our best to try and protect you, Sora.
Thank you. She's a little overwhelmed. She's just looking from person to person, like I don't know what to do.
If you didn't want the gravity of being a Storm Herald heir, you could have just fucking went into the ruined caverns.
Are you saying we should have just faced the mind flare? This would have solved my
We
problem.
could have been doing crazy adventures in a cave, and now we're dealing with politics. I'm having fun. I'm having more fun here probably than I would have there. So don't listen to me. All right. Any questions for her?
Mistress Cinder, if you find out anything else, I hope you will let us know either directly or through a message.
I have a pretty decent line of communication with Syndrix.
I would appreciate the message directly to me as the leader of the group.
Unfortunately, I cannot promise you that that would be something that could be delivered safely. You have not been put through the process.
The process.
One mistake that most folk of a non-draconic background seem to make over and over again, a misapprehension regarding the nature of magic, is that missives sent through the ether are meant for only one and cannot be sought out or seen by others. Cindrix is my child, my Kutsul, and I am a former High Deacon of the cult of Ashmedea. So, understanding that we have had processes engaged upon us that allow us certain freedoms that you would not have. If you wish to spend 10 years in a cult and have horrible things done to your mind, body, and soul, you're more than welcome. But since we currently have these available vessels to us, I will continue passing my arcane missives through to my son. I do not wish for this to be an insult or slight to you. Just understand that if you are to deliver messages in such a fashion, it's more than likely the case now that you're being watched, now that Sarah is a person of interest to the cult.
Well, I can't say that I know anything about your spiritual background. I suppose I will have to trust in whatever bond exists.
If you do not trust him, I feel that as proof of my point from before. But at this point, seeing what he has been able to engage in with you, and I know it's not much coming from me, but I would say I would put my full trust in him at this point.
See a little smile on his face. Oh.
Yeah, Queer is not smiling.
Yeah.
She finds no warmth from this moment.
The angry face is locked in.
Okay.
This is the face I have now. Oh, that's fun. Okay.
One more thing. You said the dragon was coming over here, right? It's the same one we know? Or is it like one of her underlings that's coming there?
So, she means Empyregon. Typically, like, referring to an individual in that way, like, it means that when I said it last time, it may have sounded like a direct, oh my god, dragon. Because you saw it like, wait, what? Explain what you mean to me. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I thought last section you said the dragon was coming or something like that. Was coming its way to Ordris.
Yes, right.
That's
right,
what I thought.
So when she said that, she meant the dragon, like the whole of the cult. Typically, the head of the cult is referred to as a dragon or the dragon of like, the worship. So
gotcha.
when she says the dragon, she means us.
Yeah. Okay.
Which you would know to include several real true dragons. I mean, Empyregon not being one of them, but possibly also being one of them. The nature of Empyregon's kind of hazy.
Plushy.
Yeah. I mean, again, so your mother keeps referring to Empyregon as he, but when you were in the cult, Empyregon was she. And so, like, there's very much kind of a cloudiness around Empyregon entirely. And you never really got a straight answer on a lot of questions you had about the master of the cult. So, you know what she looks like. I mean, you've definitely seen her before. But whether or not she's putting forward a form of a dragonborn or half dragon or what have you, dragon spawn, you're not certain. She just appears to be a red bipedal dragon. Like a humanoid form dragon. Who the fuck am I missing? Bird. Bird? Bird. It is bird. Sorry. I was dealing with bird nanigans.
Which bird?
Cardonex. I was dealing with putting the handouts out for the council because I'm assuming that we're going to start asking questions regarding them, so we can kind of get an idea of the.
I mean, before we move on,
Yeah.
Kuyura would pull Cindrix, or would kind of like beckon him to come into the ship and kind of navigate to an empty space. And if anybody would follow, she would like put her hand up silently so that it's just them talking.
And I want to be clear too. Does anybody besides Cindrix or Queer have any questions or comments they want to make for Cinder? If not, last call. She will head out. She'll go back into the keep.
Got it.
Before she leaves, then she's gonna
Okay.
say, "Be safe.
Yeah, and she'll
I hope to see you again."
say similar in Draconic, and we will see each other again. Is the reply.
Cindrix.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that your mother was such a powerful person in our city. I am left wondering about some of your behavior still, about some of these Ashmedian artifacts that you save, that you hide. I need to know that whatever your faith or spirituality, whatever your past, that you will not put my team or my country at risk. Can you guarantee that to me?
I would never put you guys in this. I'm just, like I said, I came here trying to atone for what I have done. I don't actively seek destruction of things. Well, anymore. But I swear it on my life. The last thing I want to do is bring any more harm to anybody. I want that behind me.
You have fought bravely amongst us. It's I need you to tell me why you are saving these items, or what is the purpose. I need you to be clear, explicit. I'm not a scholar of faith, nor am I a believer. So atonement, that doesn't mean anything to me. Who are you planning to send this to, or is there a ritual that you plan to do with it? Explain it, please.
I just don't want it to fall in the wrong hands before. I know what these artifacts bring, the power it brings. I'm used to it. If anybody, I just don't want it to put in somebody else's hands besides mine. In our hands. I don't want
Okay.
the powers to be abused.
Fair enough. I
Also,
am amenable and agreeable to that, at least. All right, Cindrix. I hope that you will trust at least that I will not judge you for whatever spiritual path you take into the future. And that you can trust me with helping to guard that path, if it will result in greater stability for this team and for our nation. And she
understand.
doesn't really wait for a response. She just kind of
Oh.
turns around and leaves. Back to
Okay.
kind of deal with Saras. Crisis of the week.
Now, come on. She hasn't had as many problems as some.
No. It's like, it's Sarah that's
It's
having the
always
crisis
someone.
of the week this week.
Yeah.
Can it be someone else's turn?
It hasn't really. I mean, I can't think of anything else that's. I mean, Gil's had a lot of
Yeah, Gil has had tons of crises of the week.
crises.
You're welcome.
Sarah's been the
Crisis.
stable one.
I don't know what the plural of crisis is right
Crises.
now.
Crises.
Crises.
Hashtag healthcare.
Fair
I'm just trying to help.
We know what the
Oh.
plural of crisis is.
Wow. So, I know you're watching, Zach. If you still are watching, Zach Wilbur, go ahead and gain inspiration for remembering Empyragon. Yeah, that's great. I love when
Wow.
the threads string together. I'm just genuinely surprised he remembered. It's awesome. Cool. I'm leaving an impact, folks. Okay. So you go back up to deck. Scarin, you're already on deck, probably watching from above as these people conversate, and then kind of split off. Cindrix and Queera going one way, Gil and Sarah kind of probably not sure whether to go back on the ship or wait for Queera to scold Cindrix. They're probably just kind of like in that in between. So if you two, Gil and Sarah, like while they're having that conversation over Chonder, if you want to say anything, yeah. 100%. Empyragon did let you rescue a bird.
Yay.
What's Empyragon's obsession with birds? What's
Bird is the word.
bird is word?
I mean, I feel like Gil is just kind of like in hover mode
Yeah.
because like he knows that Sarah is agitated, and now this dragon lady just told him basically, well, your dad's dead, so now it's your turn to die. Like, now she's in the hot spot. So he's just like, kind of just like looking at everything as a potential threat, but also concerned that Sarah's gonna have a little meltdown. So he's like trying to prepare himself for that. But
I think Sarah, she would try to like deal with one thing at a time. So she would be saying like, "Red in line." Asai said, "Red in line."
okay.
Then I'm just gonna look at Gil and be like, "Do you know what that means? Why would he say that?"
I don't know. I mean, it has to mean something. Or it will mean something in the future.
He's
I guess-
lying. He killed my dad. He's not. He's.
I don't know.
Oh, did Gil not succeed on the check to see if?
Oh no, he did.
Oh, okay. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like they didn't seem like they were lying.
No.
Like he's
I mean, red in line. Do you remember what that was? I thought Gil succeeded on the check to see if he knew what red in line meant. Or was it just who?
I don't remember that at
what
all.
Was it?
I don't remember doing a check for that.
Yeah.
I think like the red line is the street and then like
Yeah.
a roundabout sort of
Yes,
thing.
no, I
That's
did
right.
get that. It was a
Yeah.
street. Okay.
Okay, yeah, just making sure you knew, because like she was asking specifically, do you know what red
Yeah,
line means?
okay, yeah, no. So yeah.
It's okay. It's been 2 weeks. I understand.
yeah.
I just wanted to make sure that you knew. You knew.
I had it
Yeah.
written down, but I just put a question mark next to it. I couldn't remember what it was.
Okay, so rewind. So she asks the question, and Gil's like, I mean, there's streets. There's
Gil-
like a corner.
Gil
What?
Gil pulls out the dagger with the sands of time in it. Well, it's a pretty shitty
Yeah.
use of it, but fuck it. Okay, ask again.
Okay, asking it. So he'll just be like, there's streets. There's a street called Red and Line. There's a corner there. I mean, do we want to check it out while they're. I mean, I'm assuming that Cindric's getting in trouble. I mean, she had the look.
And you also would see at this point, like as you're in that point in the conversation, because their conversation wasn't terribly long. Um, Queera would basically be doing the almost as if she wants to kind of like raise the hand as she's walking away, just put it in Cindric's face, just like, and
I'm
then just
done.
strong arm as she like walks away. But yeah, she turns and walks up the ramp back onto the skyship.
Okay. I mean, we can go check it out, or we can go check in with the others. I don't. What do you want to do?
I want to check it out, but I kind of feel like we should have a lot of communication between us now and make sure no one goes missing.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
I feel like I've caused the whole group to be a target now.
Ah, shut up. That's not true.
So
Let's go. He's just gonna be like, ah, no, whatever. And just like kind of start walking back towards the ship.
Makes sense. Okay, so you reconvene.
I think Queera by this point is done popping off and poor Cindrix. So we kind of like are. So she's, I guess we're convening like in this common area of the ship.
Hmm.
Is everyone here? Is anybody not?
I picture the whole time that Scarin and was just like poking at the ship, asking our young rabbit friend, "What does this do?" He's just like, "Stop touching that. What does this do? Stop touching that."
So they're probably on the bridge. So that's probably where you'll all
Yeah.
kind of gather.
I feel like Tomo would be encouraging to touch. Like, yeah,
Like, I
what
don't
is
know.
that?
Well, no, I feel
Touch
like he's fiddling with stuff, and then I'm like
Oh,
like clumsily grabbing things. He's like, "Stop it."
okay.
No, look. Let me show you. Let me show you. If you take it and turn it just like this, and then he just goes like this. No, no, like this. You're not
Fix
listening
it.
to me.
come back to a broken ship.
Aw.
Oh, sorry. Oops.
All right, everyone. So, we've had some pretty terrible news. Sarah, I don't know if you want to share with everyone exactly what has happened, what Isai has said, and also what Mistress Cinder has said.
I think everyone knew before Sarah did that her dad died because I was
Oh,
tethered
yeah,
to
that's
the
right.
ship.
You're right. Okay. Well, yes, Sarah, that's true, but you spoke directly with Isai. And I would think that everyone here on this crew would be glad to support you with whatever comes next.
Thank you. He's denying that he had any involvement in my father's death. That he's being set up by a few members of the league.
Mhm.
And he told us Red in Line, which Gil says is a street corner in town. So I don't know if that's something we want to follow up with. I don't know if it's trustworthy to listen to him. Oh, and
You want to go take a look?
I
It
might
won't
have
hurt.
made you all a target because now they might be, Cinder thinks that the people who killed my father are looking to kill me next.
Yeah, well, they gotta get through us to do that. So,
Sarah, you
That's true.
are
Yeah.
powerful and born of nobility. That, of course, makes you a target. But all of us, in our own way, are atypical. Uh, I'm sure if it wasn't you, then it would have been one of us for another
Me,
reason.
probably me.
Probably Gil.
Let's be honest.
So, uh, the other uh thing I don't know, Tomil and Skeran, you two were not
Mm.
there when Lady Cinder of the League uh she will kind of look at Cindrix like, do you want to say that she's your mom? I don't want to put your business
I
out
mean,
there. She'll kind of give that look.
there's no harm in it.
Yeah,
Okay.
that part was
She
definitely conflated in Draconic, I believe. So yeah.
Yeah, it
So
was.
okay. So you're who happens to be the parent of Cindrix. She
Mm.
seems to believe that the Ashmodean cult that worships destructive draconic deity is somehow involved. Ooh,
Lovely.
Yeah. And
uh,
Is there a? No, I don't have history checks
if you want,
or religion.
what I can do here for you, as just kind of give Johnny a second here, kind of in the limelight, or just kind of help the group understand. We can put it to Cindrix if Cindrix wants to explain the nature of the cult. He can,
mm,
but if he's not willing to proffer that information, that's fine too. And then Johnny, for you in kind of lore terminology, if you have what you have, you can put that out, and then if you want, I can also fill in the blanks and help you along with kind of definitional matters of the cult, so we can kind of get it
all
out
right,
on the table. If you want to, you don't have to share.
I think you shared bits and pieces, but not the whole story though.
Okay,
He's
so
kind
that
of a bit insecure about that still.
absolutely. So the basic portion of it um, would just be what Ashmedea is. And if you feel comfortable explaining that, go ahead, Johnny.
Oh.
If not, you can always pass the ball back to me if you don't. That's fine.
I know she was one of the first true dragons born from Solon.
Correct.
That she is a demon empress of Nericon, right?
Correct.
Yep, the empress of greed or avarice.
Empress
But
agreed.
yeah. Shoot, what was her main goal again? That's to
Take everything. Everything is hers. Yeah. Greed.
take everything, take everything we can,
Hmm.
and leave nothing behind.
And so the main goal of the
So
cult is similar, but the cult isn't so much a group of individuals who are individually greedy. Instead, they feel like that in becoming a part of Ashmedea's horde, a part of the golden seat of Nericon, that they will become immortal and become immortal servants of the Empress of Greed. So they are not themselves greedy. Instead, they're like collector cultists. They want to gather as much as they can for the demon they worship. Mammon cult is a good
cool.
real world
That's-
analogy. You say you have a question, Johnny?
oh, that's it. Just say colleagues.
Oh, your mic is coming in robot. Sorry, that's why I didn't understand what you were saying. Is anybody else kidding?
No, I apologize.
There it goes. There it goes. You're good. You were. I'm so sorry, Johnny. Do you want us to switch to Discord voice? We can.
No, okay. I think I got it.
Okay, go
You
ahead.
good?
Yeah, you're good
Okay. I'm good now. Okay. I don't know why Zoom has been wonky with me for some
now.
reason, but
It hates you. I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. Same thing with the Fridays game too. Same thing happened. But okay, I was saying that me and my mother been raised in this school for basically all our lives, and that now, well, I didn't even know she was over here. Like that was completely new to me. That you guys knew that at the same time I did. I didn't know she was part of the council, whatever you want to call it,
The
but
league. She's a part of the
the
league.
league, yeah, the league. So, like I said before, I'm just here trying to make the wrongs right. I don't ask for forgiveness. I don't deserve it, but the least I can do is to atone. And I thought, like, the league is the best step to doing that.
And yeah, the last bit of historical context I'll throw in Ashmedea. I know most people have probably already heard this 1,000 times if you've played in my campaign setting a bit, but some of you are new here. So, Ashmedea was one of the original matriarch dragons, born of Solond in the kind of primordial, like, age of the dragons. She fought in the War of Sword and Serpent. She was one of the most evil corruptors of the mortal beings in that war. She was stabbed in the heart by an individual named Iveriu, Iveriu, who was a human of the Aetan tradition. Aetan tradition is basically a terminology that has to deal with people who learned the art of warplay and warcraft from elves and basically uphold elves as kind of this arbiter of knowledge to the other mortal beings from outside of the realm of Urs. When her heart was lanced out by Averiu's lance, she was said to have died, but history now knows that she did not die. She instead escaped into the gates of Ashtar, which are the hells of the campaign setting, went into the gate of greed, defeated the demon prince that sat on that seat, and then shoved that demon prince into the space where her heart was, because she did this all without a heart, by the way, and now uses that demon prince as her own heart. Um,
What a
and
bad bitch.
and
That's pretty
Right?
metal.
she also is said to, when she is on the mortal plane, drink from soul wells, which are wells where unborn souls manifest and enter into the material plane to create full grown souls. Unborn souls are kind of the primordial stuff of what makes a soul. And she just
Pro-lifers hater.
she says, gobble that shit up. And then, if you're trained in history, you'd also know she sometimes is known as Lasatu when she is in her human form, Queen Lasatu.
Well, thank you for your vulnerability, Cindrix. I know that it must be difficult to speak of your shame this way. All right.
One more thing.
Yes.
You know that school was sending. It was to a Paragon. And when Gil cut the bag of holding with the scissors when his episode, I used it. When no one was looking.
Oh,
Yes.
What?
to communicate
wanted
with Imperigon?
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
I tried to get information, but nothing came out. She didn't speak of anything of
Okay.
importance. Thought I just let you all know there.
Okay. Well, good to know, I suppose. Um, Cindrix, can you ask your mother in whatever um secure communication line you may have if she knows of Isai and their connection to any Ashmodean cultists.
Do it one more time. We cast sending.
Okay.
Okay.
25 words.
Yes. Mm-hmm. See. So would you want to get the Hasai and
Well, I'm just wondering if Isai, so if she says, yeah, Isai is definitely working with Ashmedea, then like, okay, well, then we can trust them less. But if she says, no, I don't know who the fuck that is, then it kind of it builds Isai's case that they're innocent, I think.
okay.
I would say that in character to Sarah, who I know is kind of on the fence.
Yeah.
Anything else? Or just that side part?
That's the only question I wish I had to ask while she was here. I'm sorry to take one of your spell slots for this, but I appreciate it.
Cast sentences. Was Hasai working for the cult? That's the what kind of what she should say. Or did you have no idea who that is?
That's the question? That's it? I'm not tricking you. I
Yeah.
just want to make sure that that's the final
Yeah,
sentence before we send. Okay.
Yeah,
So then
no. So I'm just seeing if I'm just thinking if there's anything else you want to
the reply would be an obvious scapegoat, someone who was ill-liked by the guard and also the League. Someone the cult felt would be easily believed as the assassin.
And you explained that to everybody once you got the reply.
Yep. He Sigourney Weavers it to you.
Thanks, Sigourney.
This is a Galaxy Quest reference if nobody got it.
Yep.
It's a great film. You should check it out, even though Tim Allen's kind of a dork. But
What's that?
I watched
Galaxy
it, but I
Quest?
think I was like,
I'm kidding.
Did Tommel have any
9.
kind of reaction to hearing about Cendrix using that scroll ascending, or
oh yeah,
No, yeah.
because I kind of feel like
it's
I'm
kind of contentious.
Yeah, Tommel was silent about it, but there was a sad dropping of the head. Just disappointed. But you've taken enough shots today. Tommel doesn't need to take another one at you. It's not.
plus,
who
it would be a
Tommel
low
is.
blow. It'd be right for the nuts.
Yeah,
Or
right.
whatever a Dragonborn has.
Oh,
Headbutting
Oh,
at crotch
that
level,
is-
you know.
You gotta be
not the
scientifically correct.
cloaca.
But Tommel did clock when Cendrix
Yeah.
100%.
stole that scroll anyway,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
That's true.
Did. Cindrix did it though.
But he's got an intelligence score, so he's not gonna out himself.
Yeah.
Cindrix has a wisdom score. Didn't pay off.
Oh,
Ooh.
Ouch.
damn. Lots of
Uh,
blow today.
very well. Should we go into the city to investigate then?
Tommel takes off wizard hat, puts on deerstalker cap.
Oh my god, little
That's so
Elmer
cute.
Fudd rabbit.
Wait.
No.
I gotta remember what a deer stalker looks like. Hold on.
The Sherlock
Elmer
Holmes hat.
Fudd.
Oh, gotcha,
Hold
gotcha.
on.
Yeah. So, oh no, it's not what I was hoping for. Because there's like a different type of hat that has like the pull down like flaps on the side and plus the
Yeah.
ears.
That's what I was thinking because
Yeah.
like you made the last game you made a Bugs Bunny reference. And I
But
was
you
like,
know
oh my
what?
god, now you're gonna be Elmer Fudd.
We love it. Well,
Also, if my upstairs neighbors don't stop river fucking dancing in their bedroom, I'm gonna lose my shit.
River fucking dancing?
Yeah,
It's like
they're
river
probably
dancing,
fucking
but
while river
also
dancing.
fucking.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to work it out in my head, and it's just not the logistics. Um, anyway.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be difficult because you can't move your arms, huh?
Well played. Elizabeth gained
You don't need
inspiration for
those.
that burn. So good thing Cindrix likes fire because he keeps getting burned.
Damn, Elizabeth
Getting-
went from like fun dad jokes to just like fucking cutthroat.
Straight malicious.
Damn. Getting
Fire.
roasted
She
out
said cool
here.
character.
Jeez.
Be a shame if it died.
Jeez.
We call that an elvish necktie, baby.
Oh,
When you cut the throat and pull the tongue out.
Oh my.
oh,
Yeah.
Oh, gross. Anywho,
Jeez.
into the city. Are we all going as one, like, big old collective, like, tourist group? Or
Yeah.
are we...
This is a field trip. Well, maybe
with
we should
Tomo
break
with
up
the
into like
Sherlock
smaller
hat.
groups that are near each other.
Yeah, I guess Tomo and Queera are kind of like maybe the most investigative. So maybe Tomo, you take 2 and I take 2.
The owl has investigation too. If you want to split it into 3,
I sure do.
right?
He's a
The
detective.
owl.
Yeah, he's a cop.
Yeah, he's an actual
Oh, he's
fucking
a
cop.
cop. I
Yeah, he's
forgot
a
about
cop.
He's
that.
a forest cop.
He's a forest
Yeah.
cop.
Okay, let's do
Forest cops are still cops. So I want everyone to
threes.
remember that.
Druids don't have to be forest people, you
They're
guys.
just leafy.
That's a bit stereotyping there, okay? Now,
Fine.
Listen,
He's a cave person. Cave people
No,
can be
no, no.
cops
he's
too.
a giant owl.
Oh, he's a
He's-
park cop.
He's
Park
a park
rangers are
cop.
cops
Park
too.
Yeah, park ranger. Whoa.
He's like, excuse me, I'm a Central
but
Park
he's not a
guard.
ranger, he's a druid.
He's a. Yeah, see, he's not a park. Jeez. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, damn. Now Brent's coming with this ass.
Oh shit.
Oh, Brent.
So Radajon's Cyberpunk character is a cop, and this character is a cop. Weird. Brent, you can also have inspiration. Oh my god, now people are going to start watching.
I love
this just to
how
get inspiration.
Everyone's just gonna
Literally
come
everyone
Tuesday
except
night
for us
game to
gets
fucking
it.
roast us for inspiration.
Oh,
That's
shit.
the new chat fucking engagement we get.
Oh, shit.
It's gonna hammer on
I'm
our
okay with
Roasting.
this.
Come up for their own
I
fucking
need-
inspiration.
I need
Can
that
I fireball the chat?
Everyone roll for dexterity. Let's go.
Yeah. Roll dice and Twitch. That'd be kind of cool if that was possible, actually. But outside of that, focusing up back into it, let's see what we got. So we have 3 groups. We're splitting.
We
3
can do 3. I just don't know if we have 3 destinations. I was putting it back on the table for
We're going
we
into
are
the corner of Red
our
Line.
fearless leader to decide.
Well, I was thinking instead of like, I mean, we don't have to all be going to different destinations. I think if we just kind of hang in the general vicinity and don't act like we're all together, I think that's probably fine. I don't love the idea of 2 people getting ambushed by cultists or assassins or whatever.
The groups of 3.
Yeah, I think I'd prefer that.
Okay, so then, who's your buddy, Queera?
I'll take Sarah and Gil.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then that leaves.
Team
The
up
dragon with us, baby.
Well, no. See, if there's 3,
or sorry,
if there's 3 investigators, like do you want to do 2 groups only, or 3 groups of 2?
we're doing 2 groups only because of the concern that
Well,
a
no,
group of
but
2 could get jumped.
if we're all together in the same area,
It's up to you.
I see.
we'll be fine.
So
I
3.
think we can do groups of 2. I think that's fine.
Groups of
Okay.
2 then. Who's your
Yeah,
partner?
yeah. So I'll take Sarah. Sorry, Gil.
So now Scarin and Tom will get to fight.
And
over
then
Gil.
Scary,
Everyone
and you
can
pick your
fight.
partner.
I think I'll pick Tommel.
No, you can't pick Tommel.
Oh my God, Scarin!
Nobody
You
wants
can't just
me.
pick
Oh,
Tommel
it's okay.
all
I
the
can pick him
time.
up and we can fly around and then
But
like.
you're both
Yeah, the
investigators. We need to
Oh,
split
we
up the
are.
investigation.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
All right, I'll go with Gil.
Yay!
It's so funny.
I'll cast Shrink on Gil, and then we'll have uppies.
Oh
Oh
my god!
That is so weird.
Tiny water elf. Here.
I don't know. In my mind now, Scare needs to have like a little pouch on his stomach so he can put Gil in there.
No, I want to carry Gil on my shoulder.
Oh my god.
All right, so that means it's Tommel and Cindrix. Oh, good. Y'all can figure out that whole
Oh.
bending thing.
Oh. Oh.
Okay, great. So
Which is
there
valid.
isn't an active map for the city because it's a bit bigger than I have any right to have made it, and drawing it has been kind of put to the side because of other endeavors, so I apologize on that. But I do have kind of the idea of how it works in my head, and that's mainly what's important, right? You don't need visual aids. So, each group, if you have investigation trained, you can make an investigation check. If you are a sidekick of an investigator, if you also have investigation trained, you can help. Otherwise, you're just there to be cool and look pretty.
Did I guidance?
I am very
Tommel?
cool.
Can I get the help action from my
Guidance is fine.
homunculus?
Does it have investigation?
It might.
I don't think it does.
Don't bully my homunculus.
I'm not bullying you.
This is
So
bullying.
homunculus is a
This is the definition of bullying.
a casualty of war.
Don't forget a casualty. Don't forget a default.
It's funny that Brent says buddy cops because it seems like every time the Tuesday game gets into like a city or politics, they're always cops.
Oh God, who's saying that? Who's saying that? Who's saying that?
Sorry,
God damn
we
it.
hate cops here.
We literally do, which is
The
hilarious.
police.
I genuinely can't wait for someone to run a game so I can just play Johnny Silverhand.
Got a city to burn.
Got a city to fucking burn, Brent.
Burn. Yeah.
Like, are you just actively called Johnny Brent?
No, I was talking as if I were
No,
Johnny
no.
to Brent.
Oh man,
Because Brent's
I've
always
been
trying to
working
burn
on
pounds.
a
And-
Johnny, Brent, Jonah, like Venn diagram.
Oh, geez.
Quite a
Fire is the
Fire
thing in
burn.
the middle. It's just fire.
Fire.
Fire and ruin.
Yes. Fire. Just see everything with it. All the
Then
fuel.
like one side is like wholesomeness, and the other side is horny. Jonah's not here for that. Okay, never mind. So, okay, so can we? Okay, so then I guess I do not have advantage in my investigation,
Sorry.
but I'm gonna roll it. Oh, 24.
Hey.
25. Okay. So you go to the corner of Red and Line, and the presumption will be that first on the docket, who would be the first to arrive, do you think, of your group, actually? I'll leave it to you to decide.
You think we
Uh,
were trying
I think
Garen first?
Yeah, I think the flyer would probably
Yeah.
get there first. According.
Okay.
Flyer and the fast runner.
Yeah.
Yep.
You two would
Yeah.
probably be the fastest. So when you arrive at Red and Line, kind of look around, what you'll note is that the thoroughfare is relatively old-timey. It is definitely something that has not been updated or modified like a lot of parts in the kind of gate portion of the city to the south and the area around the keep. a lot of the kind of inland areas or like in city areas, kind of in the middle of the city, are very. There's a lack of renovation. There's a lack of a care or concern for infrastructure. And to give you an idea of the kind of architecture that we're looking at here, it is very much similar to the narrows and tight kind of streets and spaces that are present in like European countries. There are a lot of kind of
American cars.
No, no, no. There are no cars in Ordris yet. But yeah, it's very just zigzaggy, like a lot of kind of downhills and uphills, very much using the natural cleft of the mountain itself to kind of like determine how roads are built. Not a lot of removal of such features to kind of create space for building a bit more kind of sound product. There are a lot of spots in the city that you'd be aware of where they dig down and kind of have their own little kind of subterranean kind of segments of the city. But then there are also places where the buildings can get quite tall, 5 to 10 stories high, with interconnecting kind of lattice work bridges that connect all to one another. That being said, the main thing that you note about the intersection between red and line is that there is a small establishment on one of the corners that appears to be a shop that sells herbal poultices and supplements, kind of like materials. Basically, a lot of reagents.
Chinese pharmacy.
No, not so much. Because in D&D, like, they're more selling kind of like potions, ointments, stuff like that.
Okay.
It's not so much just like, I mean, I guess yes.
Do
but
they
like,
give really, really long receipts?
Yeah, it's a Walmart or a Walgreens.
CVS.
CVS.
Whichever.
CVS.
They're both the same thing, aren't they?
Fantasy CVS, no. CVS gives you 3 times as much receipt.
True, it's so true.
Three times
that
as
is a
much
fact.
receipt. So it's like magic CVS. So like a Walgreens.
Yeah.
True.
I just heard like crumbling neighborhood, Chinese pharmacy. Is this just Houston's Chinatown?
So good food then.
So yeah, I would say that like, again, I don't want to lean into. The main thing is the small little settlement, right? And yes, it is kind of
I was thinking like the vibes is like
sure. I understand. I'm just mainly trying to kind of like point out that like they're selling things that people need in the area, like things that kind of do keep people going. So yes, I guess similar in kind to Chinese pharmacy. That's fine. But yeah, that's the only real thing that kind of stands out to you, Scarin, with your 17 investigation.
Look, Chinese farms.
Trying to keep it on the rails is just not. It's not possible.
It's not possible.
I guess
Obviously.
Quira and Sarah arrive.
Yeah. Well, I want to check and see what Scarin and
Oh, okay.
Gil are
There's
doing first. Yeah,
there's
they
some-
arrive first. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So like you arrive and they're just standing there like, and then Chinese
I
pharmacy.
mean, probably.
Karen's just like, oh, you hungry?
Yeah.
Wait for the others.
I mean, yeah. Is there food here?
So yeah, there'd probably be a
Chinese
small.
farms.
No, not so much. They don't serve food, but there would probably be like a small vendor nearby. That's basically not exactly built into the buildings, but kind of like just thrown up in front of the building, kind of like backed against it. That makes
Well,
sense?
any like street food vendors?
Yeah, like a street food vendor.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
We'll
Lunch
go do
break.
that.
Okay.
And then, could we ask them about anything going on or any weird stuff happening recently?
Yeah. Certainly. So you walk over, and the food they have on offer. Trying to think of what it was. I had made up a stupid idea for kind of a fusion food item, but I haven't really thought too much on it. So it's just typical street food. We'll just go with that for now.
Meat
I'll try to.
Gross.
Huh?
Meat
Meat
sticks.
sticks.
Meat sticks.
Gyros.
Very,
Oh my
very
god,
simple.
I miss Squeak.
Well, the way, again, I'm not much of a chef. I'm not much of a cook, but I do want to have conversations about kind of the because the culture of Ordris is very much influenced by two kind of real world cultures. As we're working on it, it's like Incan and kind of Slavic.
Love it.
The kind of coming together. So like the fusion in my head.
Fish on a stick.
Well, I was thinking of like it would just be a
Borscht.
calzone, right? Like
Well, you
Borscht
can
on a
have
stick.
like.
No.
Well, no, you can.
Oh
have,
my
like,
god, borscht inside of a
Like
a roll.
Shisha.
Oh,
You go
God.
Like a
inside.
giant pierogi.
It's like whatever. Yeah, I was about to say like pierogi stuff with like llama meat. Or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. Or like
Or,
lamb,
Hell yeah.
A
Or like-
kolache.
goat.
Well, I was definitely
potatoes.
thinking goat would probably be higher on the docket due to kind of the mountainous kind of
please.
structure of the
Rented cabbage
the
on
space.
the side.
Oh yeah,
Like,
cabbage
that's-
would
Yeah,
also
goat,
be popular.
cabbage,
Yes. Rice.
carrots.
Not rice.
And I think they would
What am I
also
thinking of?
yeah.
Potatoes?
Rice isn't bad for mountainous culture, so it'd probably be more wild
Yeah.
rice than like
Which
cultivated.
is I like my rice wild.
Sure. So, anyways, street food. And
Yes.
the what just happened?
Zoom crashed.
Oh no!
Did it crash for everyone or just
no,
for me?
just you.
Think-
It
Surprisingly
was an
not
easy
me.
fix. So
Good for me.
Did y'all catch alpaca meat pierogies?
I
Yes.
did not.
Okay.
But I did.
Packarogies.
I do.
So alpaca meat pierogies is what's on offer here at this street vendor. The individual who's serving it up is kind of an older lady. She probably in her 40s or 50s. She's definitely of kind of a typical Ordris kind of bent, and she is dressed for kind of colder weather as we are kind of leaning into a bit more of the wintry times at this juncture. She serves you your food, and when you ask her your question, what exactly are you asking?
What's there to do around here?
Oh, not much.
Start with that.
There's not much to do here around these parts. Typically, I don't really do much besides work and family gatherings. Really, it's unfortunate. I used to make several treks down to the crossroads.
So nothing exciting happening around here?
No, not really.
Oh,
Holiday on.
that's great. Sorry, let me
I don't know. Like, would an owl have a similar kind of like?
I don't
know
think
how,
it'd be able
like a eating.
I don't know how a beak works.
I feel like you would just swallow it whole.
Yeah, they just swallow.
And
I'm
the
then
whole
thinking.
thing.
Oh,
spit
I'm
out a
thinking about
pellet
it.
later.
It's making me uncomfortable.
Like,
A pierogi,
Let's just leave that. for
alpaca
somebody
meat pierogi pellet.
Right.
Yeah.
I imagine
Yeah.
with the beak, you grab it one at a time and then flip your neck back and like,
Wait, like another item on the
like
menu.
choke it down all, and then
Yeah.
try to say
Throw
something
it
and
down.
like, hold on.
Another item on the menu is kind of perfect
So-
though, which would be a whole roasted guinea pig. So you could just like just
Yep.
and then
Rip
pop
that
the
and,
pellet
like,
out later.
swallow it.
That's
Yeah.
totally
Yeah,
scary.
yeah.
Speed.
That'd probably be something. Yeah.
So
They
he's
prob-
over there like mowing down this guinea pig, and I'm just here like munching on my pierogies, just like, "Hey, lady, what's up?"
And she's like
This
literally
is delicious.
nothing.
Like, this is delicious, by the way.
She
You
was-
normally work?
She was on the cusp of saying, and now she will. It's okay. I wanted to get to the answer. She says, not much happens around here. That is, not much that goes outside of the Fellhoods noticed.
Love that. I don't even know who those are.
Yes, we do.
Oh no!
A Sai is a member of a gang called the Fellhoods. That was a
No, I
staff.
know.
Okay,
Scaren's just saying to the lady. I don't even know what that is.
gotcha. Just casually black.
Yes, sir, Mr. Officer.
Sure, you're not a
Mr.
cop. Sure, you're not.
Park.
I've never heard of this famous gang that everyone in the city knows about. Please, tell me more.
He's a narc. Kevin's a narc.
Here
Yeah.
comes the birds in blue.
No, because I'm blue and I'm a bird.
I said birds and blue. I was doing.
Woo!
Birds are calling.
Oh no!
Hello, fellow kids.
No, I'm done.
Fellhoods. They're also known as fellers. Yeah.
Oh no!
Them feelers.
I don't want them to be
Wait,
the fellas.
Fellers
Feelers
or-
over yonder.
Wait, feelers or fellers?
Fellers.
Feelers.
Fellers.
Oh,
Fellhoods. Fellers.
feller.
Purple
Not
hoods.
to be confused with feathers.
Moths sometimes. They're
Oh.
called
And I guess I'll say just kidding. So where are they normally hanging out?
all about. And when she says that, she kind of stares at the building that's kind of across the street from the pharmacy. But she doesn't do so in a suggestive way. It's almost kind of like in a nervous way. Do you look in her where she looked, or do you kind of no?
I ain't no noob.
All right, so you're sitting there and eating and having this discussion. Queera, you and Sarah were next on the docket, if I understood correctly. If you two approach, you'll notice a couple of things more that they didn't notice. There is the pharmacy. It does appear to be the place that most people are kind of moving to in this space. You would notice, the side shops. There's a building across the street from that, and from what you can tell, the door appears to be completely sealed. And you would actually notice a marking, being kind of a resident of Ordris, that is easy enough to miss, but you catch it. It's basically a symbol of condemnation. It's a condemned building. A marker that's there specifically for kind of like individuals who do street service to be aware that this building is in danger of collapse. You would see that it is connected above you in a number of different places, 3 or 4 different bridges to other buildings, specifically the building that is connected to the pharmacy with 2 such bridges. And one of those bridges looks like it is broken apart in kind of a heavy state of disrepair. You would notice that that investigation check too. There do appear to be people inside of the condemned building, based on what you can see through the windows, just glancing and idly.
So it looks like the people in the condemned building that I can see, they're not trying to hide. Like they're not like being sneaky about it. They're just kind of casually
Yep.
milling about. Okay.
Yep.
So I would share that with Sarah.
Kicks the door down. No, I'm kidding.
Sarah,
Picture.
don't kick the door down or anything, but there's activity inside of that condemned building. That's pretty strange. Seems to be connected to the pharmacy. Should we go into the pharmacy and interview the proprietors?
Yeah, that sounds like a good place to start.
God, there's no. You're the closest we've got to a face of, I think, Sora.
Yeah, there's no real charisma characters in this party. And that's
Somebody
fine.
had a +1 or +2, right?
It's
Well,
just
I had
like
a
my Sunday
+1.
game.
Goose egg.
It's just like my Sunday game. They're like they're acting as a group of mages, or on behalf of a group of mages, the conglomerate, and the highest intelligence up until we got Joseph, who they have been a great addition to the group, and they're awesome.
Yay.
But before that, intelligence high score was 12 on the hunter, and then the average was about 10 below that.
Oh God.
I can't
mean-
read.
I've got
Um,
intimidation. Let's go.
Yeah, same.
All right, cool.
Same.
Let's do it.
Okay, if you're going in, so like I said, you would notice it
Are we all
does,
together now?
No.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
You're
We're
over there
still
eating,
guzzling,
talking to the lady,
eating.
and since you didn't ask any kind of like pertinent questions or follow up on what she said or kind of did, I just kind of shifted gears. So you would notice as you're looking over, or you're not looking over at that building. Never mind. Ignore the things, the sentence that I just tried to form. That was not a real sentence.
Fair.
Into the pharmacy you
Heard.
go. Like I said, it is the busiest place. There are all different types of folks kind of meandering about. You've got your, a random turtle kind of passing by you. There's a couple of halflings, few gnomes, humans, just a smattering of about 20 or 30 people kind of meandering in this store, which is about the size of like a convenience store, like a 7-Eleven or a Walgreens. Bringing it all around back to the Walgreens. There are two people behind the counter. They appear to be a mated pair of tabaxi. They are old, so you can see kind of graying in their fur and kind of like a sharp blue in their the fur's extremities. You would notice that they dress pretty plainly and appear to be kind of having a conversation in their native tongue as folks are kind of moving about and then stopping their conversation and then speaking in kind of a pretty heavy accent, heavy tabaxi accent when they, and I will not try to emulate that, but when they speak to the customers and serve them to purchase whatever they were moving to purchase. But there's definitely a lot of lulls for them. Like it's not like they have a lot of people coming all at once.
Are there any of those purple scarves in here?
There don't appear to be. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Can I make one as well?
Yeah, if you're asking the same question, absolutely.
Yes. And also, I do get advantage from my.
Absolutely, 17 is good enough. So, you're kind of looking around. You do not see any purple scarves or purple hoods or anything like that. But Queera, what you notice is that it seems that the task of actual customer service has been delegated to a younger tabaxi. Based on your knowledge of tabaxi, which I'm assuming is, moderate enough, probably in their teens, this tabaxi girl, and she appears to have similar kind of, fur patterns and kind of features to the older pair. And she's kind of going around and helping everyone with, any questions that they may have regarding what they're looking for, what they need, how much they need, etc. But also no purple hoods or scarves.
Sarah, I would whisper, if you will, talk to the proprietors. I can come over here and keep the clerk busy with an order of potions. So Queer will approach the clerk. Good afternoon. You are the proprietor of this store?
Yes, me and my wife.
No, I'm approaching the young one.
Oh, no, my parents, yes, they are. Can I help you find anything?
Yes, I will need some potions of healing. I'm trying to decide what will be more helpful, if regular ones will do, or perhaps of greater healing. And Kiara will go into this kind of like, kind of hemming and hawing back and forth,
You know,
ordering.
we have a league discount, and as you made no mention of changing your garb or attire, the presumption is that you're wearing identifying markers that denote you as a member of the League of Restoration. So she
That's
says,
fucking great.
we have a league discount. It's 10% off.
Ah, that is good to know.
And if you're buying
Uh,
bulk potions of healing, I know that a lot of times that league representatives come down here, they typically are looking for kind of long haul situations. So potions of healing, we can sell you in bulk of 10. Normally, we'd sell those to the league for 45 a piece. Selling 10, we would do it for 425.
that's actually not a bad deal.
No, it's a great deal.
Sarah, you have the gold. Let me. So while this is happening, will Sarah talk to the? Like, I don't want to miss
Yeah.
that beat.
Well, since you're kind of dealing with having been caught off guard with a
Yeah.
really great deal,
Yeah.
she's a heck of a salesperson.
Yeah, she is.
You go up to the counter. Is that right, Sarah?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you approach they're kind of like a space apart, like at a Walgreens. So you could go to either one of them at your pleasure. Do you want to go to the the feminine or the masculine looking tabaxi?
When you say they're like
They
is there people in line trying
No.
to check out?
No, it's not a Walgreens.
Okay. Then no, I'm gonna walk into the center of the counter, like between both of them, because I want to generally talk to both of them.
Okay. So they kind of look at you strangely, and one of them kind of gestures, "Come."
I'm sorry, what'd you say, John? I didn't hear you.
Kind of raises their hand, gestures like they're gesturing for you to come to them, and says, come over here." Seems like it's
Hello.
the masculine one that's kind of calling your attention.
Yeah, she would. Oh, then she would step closer to him.
Mm-hmm. Can I help you?
Oh, we're just stocking up for our next expedition. I noticed that building across the way is condemned. How long has it been that way?
Well, I don't know. A long time, I guess. Are you trying to buy property? That's not for me to say. Sorry.
No, I've never been down this way, and
Oh,
I was just wondering, and I noticed that there's still people inside.
great.
Like,
So, are you wanting to buy anything, or?
no, I'm just concerned for
Oh,
the
okay.
safety.
Well,
Like that.
I don't own that building, and you said there are people in there. If you want to find out more about it, you could talk to them.
Hmm.
But if you want to buy something, if you need any help with anything, gestures, my daughter Mozu, she should be able to help you.
Yeah, she's helping my counterpart
Oh,
with
okay.
an order, but I was just
Oh, that's good.
curious because I noticed there's some bridges that are attached to your building.
Yeah.
Do you live above the shop too, or
Oh, no. We don't know.
is there anything above your shop?
Yes.
What is it?
That is not mine, so I don't know. I don't go
You
up
own
there.
this shop. You own this shop, though, right?
I own the shop. I do not own this building. I rent.
Oh,
Am I doing okay with the just kind of like middle line not being kind of trying really hard not to be offensive, heavy accent? Is this okay so far?
You're fine. You're fine.
Okay. I just don't want to. I always, in the back of my head, feel like I'm leading towards Borat, and I just want to smack myself in the face.
I don't feel like you are.
Okay, good, great. Then we're doing okay. I don't want to come off as. Yeah.
Don't worry. If you get too offensive, then I will be
Please.
the first in line to lead the cancellation.
Please leave
Yeah.
the cancellation against me.
And
I sound like Nandor. God damn, that's a compliment. Okay, all right, I'll take it.
Wow, that's kind of hot.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, I'm almost tempted to just get the hair out right now. I will not do it.
Oh,
He's
uh, so is that it? If I'm sorry, we kind of leans in forward. We try not to get too involved. We just pay our way, and that's it.
No, I understand. It was a curiosity question just
Okay.
because
Yeah,
we
we do
were
not
walking
know
over
anything. Yes.
and we noticed the situation of the building, and it was just kind of like
We do
I
not
hope I'm
know anything, Ben.
hoping a
And
family wasn't living in there, and then it collapsed on them.
yes,
But
no, it's if there's something that you need to check, that's fine. But if you are here for official purposes, kind of gestures at your attire again. Presumably, you have some marker denoting you as a member of the league, since no one said that they changed their fits specifically to looking cog. He would say, "But I am sorry, I cannot help. I do not know anything about what's going on upstairs, across the street, the bridges. I do not know. I do not know. I cannot help."
is there a
I
stairwell
know nothing.
that leads upstairs from your shop?
It's outside. There's a portal that goes to the upper floors above us. The only way to enter the shop is through the front door, like you did. And if you want to go up to the stairs, there's a door out the front to the side, and then you can go around the back also.
Okay. Well, thank you. I'll go see if my partner's ready to.
Oh, good. I hope that they made a good purchase. Also, please do not bring this up with Mozu. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. And
Uh-huh.
they have a conversation, just kind of like very noticeably right after you leave. Tabaxi language kind of going back, kind of like.
Oh no, this part is racist. So
You're
Yeah,
gonna
I
get canceled for this.
Canceled.
That's not.
canceled.
God damn it.
I think you said moon sugar.
Did I say moon sugar? Oh shit. No, they don't do moon sugar. I wasn't saying all. I didn't say all
Oh,
Moon sugar. Who
What
said
the-
that? No, that's
Oh.
cancelable.
That was John. Not John.
Skooma?
John. Skooma.
no.
Not John. John. Not
No.
John. Or John.
Not
John.
Johnny.
John.
No, Johnny, no. No,
Not
that's
Lil
the
John.
thing at the end there. I'm out of this.
I'm out of here.
Kind of like hearing the conversation kind of go back to Tabaxi. I'm like, okay,
Well-
she's iced out, right?
I get a very simple insight. Sorry, you'd be the one closest to kind of recognize this. It seems like very shortly after they're talking, it seems like the mother of the family is being very angry and also like looking at you from behind and kind of like giving you the side eye.
Yeah.
Like very offensive side eye.
You can
A
come on, bro.
criminal offensive.
Criminal offensive side eye.
So I would
They
be like,
definitely
Sarah,
talking shit about you.
do you have a couple hundred gold? I think we've got a good deal with these potions here.
While you're
Sada.
dealing with that, I'm going to pause out, shift out. We're going to go to, last but not least, the coolest of the kids, obviously, Cindrix and Tom,
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh my
uh,
god.
who arrive on the scene. Now, with your 20...
As we were walking there, I just want to establish Tomo has his chef's book out and an ink pen and a parchment, and he's been writing something the whole walk there.
Okay.
Are
Wow.
you like trying to hide it from Cindrix, or like are you doing it openly?
I mean, he's a small guy with small handwriting. You're a good, like, few feet down. It's
Yeah,
imagine,
please.
like, if a child has a book and is writing something on that book. It's not super easy to see unless you get
Yeah.
down to their
You
level.
are at least 2, maybe nearly 3 times the size
Yeah.
of Rommel.
Right. This is the size of a 4-year-old. Like,
Oh.
Why
Oh,
he gets up.
slow guy.
However, that does present
He's got
the
a big
opportunity.
old hat with a big old brim. Like, I imagine you would have to be pretty obvious if you were trying to read what he was writing.
That does present the opportunity.
Yeah.
If you do want to read over his shoulders, you just have to bring them up to you.
Oh, yeah. Pick him up. I can just pick him up.
What's
Happy.
that?
What's
Right?
this? Fucking
Get on
bully
my
the
shoulder.
shit out of him.
I hate being small. His little bunny feet kicking.
Oh
Nah,
no.
Cindric will put you on his shoulder, like those little kids
Like
on,
when
on
when
the
you
parrot.
hold puppies above water and they're just like,
A slow kick.
yeah.
Okay, so you're writing the whole time. Cindric,
Mhm.
you two arrive. With that investigation check, everything I told Jijo and Kimmy, you would know.
Before we go any further, here, Tommel hands you the parchment, and as you read it, it's just literally the wizard spell list. As far as you can tell, it's a long list of a bunch of names of different spells. Since you're so good at finding spell scrolls for friends, I thought we could just forget everything that's happened, and I would just give you a list of a bunch of scrolls that I was looking for. So when you find one of these scrolls, you'd hold on to it for me. Does that sound fair?
Oh my god.
Gotta give him a little chuckle.
That's so
Like,
that's so catty of the rabbit.
yeah.
Caddy?
He-
You just go talk to the tabaxi.
I want you to have inspiration.
oh my god. That's...
I'll take it. I'll take it.
I have a feeling Tommel's like, okay, do we have a nail shop around here? Because
It's fine. He has my list. You know?
Yeah,
I'm happy to put everything in the past and move forward as perfect best friends.
you could have blackmailed
Tommel
me.
takes out his pen.
Oh, yeah.
oh my gosh.
I'm concerned for Syndrome.
Oh my god. Cindric is just getting bullied.
I
We
feel
don't
like
know.
we
We're
just all
too
bully
busy.
each other.
Wouldn't call it bullying, and wouldn't tell other people about it. I wouldn't tell them it was bullying either.
Oh my god, you're blackmailing me, Tom.
This is like gaslighting.
No,
I know you're not gonna
it's
say that.
definitely blackmailing.
You
Yeah,
definitely
that too.
blackmailed.
And yeah,
They'll never believe you.
A little guy like
Yeah.
me, just a little guy. He's just a little guy.
Hey,
Tiny
Little
guy.
baby. Just a little guy.
Oh my.
You know? So,
I mean, I'll try my best. But I mean,
that's all I can ask for. From one friend to another. Agreed?
Yeah.
Reaches out a hand.
little tiny hand
We're
that you
gonna
have to
like-
take with like your
yeah,
two
it's like his big hand and
fingers
just
and
like
one
two
finger.
fingers. Yeah, that has one finger. It's like,
It's just all the wizard spells. Oh,
Um,
I didn't get a chance to mention this. Speaking of which, I do want to mention it. I think we're on the very close to finished with the mystical archives being added to Roll20, by the way. So just a heads up. there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
it feels like it's very close. So I don't know how everything works, but we're in the email chain. It seems like the whatever stuff is finished, and it's coming along to the final step. So we should see it soon. Hopefully by the end of the year.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm very
Very
excited.
nice.
So now you
Cool,
won't
nice.
have to drag and you won't have to type in everything.
Type
You just
everything out.
bam, bam, bam.
Love that.
great.
Yeah.
that's okay.
Not that I ever played
Oh.
like casters of any
Um,
kind. So
No, yeah, I don't think you have. The
Sorry.
ranger has spells,
To half
Sure he
caster.
does.
and there's some really good
You
spells.
gotta use them though.
To again whore myself out a little bit more. There are some really great spells in Mystical Archives for rangers.
Magpie, you were a whole fucking cleric
Yeah, you were
for a whole season.
That's true.
Oh, that's right.
We try not to think about that.
Try not
Season.
to think about that.
I probably didn't cast a lot of spells because I felt so powerless. And yet I was the leader of the town. Huh.
Yeah.
Kind of gives you a
Listen,
strange
being
sense of
leaders-
sympathy with all of our government leaders. You got no,
Does
I'll
it
get that
though?
propaganda
No.
out of here. Gross,
get your
disgusting.
propaganda the
Get-
fuck out of here.
Get out of here.
Hey, I wasn't the one who chose the route that you folks chose. Okay, I'm just saying. All right.
I'm the one who laid the fucking road for the route that you guys chose. That's
You
all I'm
could've-
saying. It's like,
You could have just listened to fucking Brant Session 1 and burned the town down.
True.
The option was
I mean, I
always
figured
there.
that's what we ended up
slow
doing
burn
it
cell.
anyway. So like,
It just took
We
longer.
ended up doing it anyway.
we just took the scenic route.
The prophecy has been. Anywho,
Okay.
same
Prophecy
stuff.
of Brent.
so now that we've got that all established,
I mean, no, being
Tommel would want to go investigate the abandoned building.
Okay. So it looks like that front door is going to be hard to get through. However, it does
Fireball.
look like there is a very old wood and metal like fire escape. I mean, you're familiar with New York. Like it's very much like that kind of quality too. Like it's rusted, falling apart. The wood paneling, like floors of it, are kind of like broken apart, and some of the steps are missing rungs. It is very much in a dilapidated state, but it is there. And the ladder that goes to the first kind of, rung of it on the second floor is down. So it's not like it's not being used.
Curious if anybody would have went up to or saw me and Gil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just eating.
So
Just over here, just eating street food.
once Tommel's made, or rather, Tommel and Syndrix have made their decision as to what
Couple of
avenue they
cockroach.
wish to explore, I am going to cycle back to you, John, and also Magpie, so that you two can kind of interact with what's going on. Basically, this is all think of this kind of happening simultaneously. You're not arriving like 10 minutes later, and then it's going to be kind of like you're arriving same time, but not like standing close enough to, you're going to go over and check that out, so you don't look like a big group. So,
Right.
yeah, you kind of sat down
Staggered.
just as you watched, like, Queera and Sarah enter into the pharmacy, and then once you put your order in, you would have saw Tommel and my brain Syndrix walk over to the dilapidated building.
Okay.
Sorry,
So
the pairings
we
that
ever
I
pay? Do we ever pay this lady?
yeah, again, you'll pay after you eat. Typically, is how it's done. So
I've eaten food before. That's true.
Anyway, not street food. You'd say here's the
So-
food,
Yeah,
here's
street
the
food
money.
you pay when you get
Yeah.
the food.
true, but like
yeah, you do.
since you're sitting there at the space, she's kind of just opened a tab, and again, she sees you as League members, so she doesn't think you're gonna run.
Like criminals, yeah. We respect them.
If
And
only
you
she
had-
knew.
Oh my God, we're actually
Scared
respectable
just-
citizens. For
You had
once.
questions, and she basically outed herself as being a narc. So, like, I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
she's not
True.
street smart. Like,
True.
Poor lady, she's gonna get jacked.
I'll ask her how much we owe you.
she would. Well, we're trying to get Tommel and fucking Syndrix to decide where they're going.
All right. Let them do it.
But out of
Tommel's
character-
Tommel is recommending we go into the abandoned building, either by knocking on the front door because he's
No.
cute like that. But if Syndrix doesn't go for that, then he'll show Syndrix the fire escape and say we can go up that way.
I don't think
Please knock
letting
on the
them
door.
know.
Ooh, yeah, sneaky sneak.
Yes. First I try to sneak in.
Fantastic. Should go really well in all that armor you're wearing. Let's go.
on the metal rungs
Oh,
of the ladder we're about to ascend.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Syndrix is like,
Be
Damn it.
very quiet.
But you just want to knock
Chung, 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 chung,
Why,
chung.
you just want to knock on the door then? Is that you propose?
clang.
That's something I'm saying. We're like decked out in league gear. We go knock on the door. We do good Inquisitor, bad Inquisitor. You know what I mean? You stand there, look all scary, big dragon guy, and I'm just a little guy friend. You know, we're just gonna
Like, hey, have you heard the good word?
yeah, you know, we're gonna ask questions. You know,
He's-
say hello, introduce
sigh.
ourselves, give them a means of contacting us in case they want to share any information. You know,
The good
And
word
this
of our
guy's
Lord
here.
and Savior Salon.
He's gonna sigh, do a little prayer, you know.
it's fine.
Oh
You'll be
shit!
fine.
Yeah,
Fantasy Jehovah's
Spanish
Witnesses.
Inquisition it up. I mean, Cindrix is already bright red. This is great.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I
you're
don't
going
remember
to the door.
anything bad from that time in history.
No, yeah, me neither. You go and knock on the door. Actually, yes, I do. It's horrible. I want to make sure that my sarcasm is not read as like, yay.
I already screen captured it.
Oh shit. Alright, so that's like the fifth time I've been
That
canceled.
30 seconds is about to go
Nice.
viral as fuck on TikTok.
I mean, stereotypical Tabaxi
Oh yeah, that was
jokes about their language.
Yikes.
Oh my.
The
It's
way
okay.
I imagine
you can hide behind the moon sugar comment.
the way I imagine the Tabaxi
Hey,
language
whoa,
really
whoa,
being
whoa.
isn't Khajiit. I don't think of Elder Scrolls when I think of the Tabaxi language. I think of Monster Hunter. Like I genuinely
fair.
think of
Okay.
the cat
my
Yeah.
god.
language in that game. Like
It's
that's
just-
The Palicos.
yeah,
How it goes.
it's just cat talk. Cats doing. You ever see that video of the two white cats like sitting next to each other, like talking to each other? That. It's just that. I'll find it and I'll send it to you at some point.
God.
But yeah.
That bit stretched out.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Well, I mean, obviously with like more emotional kind of like, you know, not us like positing emotion on it, but actual emotion. Because again, like, yeah, cat emotions are probably different, similar but different. You know,
I don't know, my cat just likes to stare at the wall and make those
my
sounds.
cat likes to do printing.
That's it.
True.
Yeah.
Aw, he's a little business cat.
We all have
Yeah.
our
Yeah.
we all have our
Professionalism.
cats.
He's a tyrant CEO.
I don't have any cats. She sure doesn't have any cats.
I do not have a cat.
Well,
I feel like
I don't
you should
know.
have a cat.
I've
Dell's
a
kind
dog
of a
and 3
cat.
lizards.
Dell is kind of cat-like, actually.
Yeah.
A cat, a dog, and 3
There you go.
lizards.
Like,
And
I don't
You got
know if
one
I
cat.
like this Gen
and
Con.
a fish.
This Gen Con's pretty great.
Like 30 plants.
It's like cats with baths. I don't like baths. Okay, I like baths. Anyway, focusing back up. So you go up and you knock on the door. Is that a sound description of what's happening right now?
Oh, Tom's doing that. He's gonna stand there menacingly.
Cool. Okay, that's nod your head if yes. That's
Yeah.
just okay. Go
Yeah.
on. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you would see a window to the side of it, kind of slide open, but not really. Like the window didn't appear to be closed, but when whatever happens, you realize that there was something blocking view into the building. Strangely, so when this is slid to the side, you would know that you're now being looked at by a strange individual, and there's kind of like a purplish color kind of hazily around their head. You're seeing them through kind of like a foggy bit of glass. The individual will say, "Can I help you?"
Hi there. Tommel, my associate, Cindrix. We're just, what's a good way to put this? Looking for information. Putting ourselves out
Did
there.
Ambrand send you?
No?
Oh, sorry. Well then, well, have a great day.
Great then. We now have a name.
The name should match up with one you already have in your list.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
The leader of the League of
Yep.
Restoration.
Yep.
oh.
Yep.
Oh. You know, so just gotta go up there. He's gonna knock again.
Looking at that art, do you want to look at his art again and just kind of notice anything in particular that stands out? Take a couple seconds.
Is his hand bruised?
Colors is cape.
Oh, his cape. Oh,
Olaf Stag or Olaf Stad?
Olafstad. Olofstad.
What? It's purple.
Is that the head feller? No, you don't
Head
think that he's
feller?
a leader in the feller. It's just a feller associate. Or you think whatever you want to think. He specifically asked,
Couldn't be the
did
feller.
Ambrand send you? You said no. He said, okay, bye, and then shut the window back. It'll probably be the case that this interaction, if nothing's done to stop it, will be reported to someone.
Of course.
You're
He's
smart
gonna
enough.
he's gonna knock much harder this time. So we're not asking. Come out here.
You knock again. Okay. Window slides open. Oh, you again? What'd you say? I couldn't hear you. Door muffled it. What'd you say?
Let us in, or else.
Oh, that's not gonna happen.
That seems fair.
You know, he's gotta.
What do you think is gonna happen here, guy? What, are you gonna barge in?
Tommy's just like
Something
looking
you're
up
gonna
at Cedric's like,
regret.
what do you think is gonna happen right here? Like, it's just you,
Yeah.
bud.
He's got something
gotta-
you're gonna regret if you don't let us in.
You're gonna barge in, and I'm gonna call the guard. And they're gonna come, and when you have attacked a government-sanctioned, condemned building that shouldn't be anybody's property, and you're in it, you think you're gonna be able to walk away from the repercussions? Think you're gonna be able to avoid getting put into a jail cell, there, guy?
Hmm.
So you said Ambrand didn't send you. I'll make sure that he knows that you did stop by, though, and then you can take it up with your chief there. Maybe you'll have to deal with that cell a little sooner than you think. So you want to keep on throwing around idle threats, big boy talk, or do you want to fuck off?
Ooh, he
Good call.
is.
Out of character. Where the fuck do you think you are? A D&D campaign? Barge in, do what you want, wrestle around the civilians. Let's fucking go. If you want to,
Oh, he is.
you can
Tom
try.
was happy to leave it at
He
that. This is
I like
this
to
happen.
fireball.
Feel a scorching ray coming on.
I can't give you
He is
inspiration
very-
twice, my guy. Dang, this dude's been to prison. He certainly has.
So y'all are really close. Y'all are like
Yeah.
just across the street from
So, chronologically, what
the
we'll
owl
say
and the.
chronologically what we'll say is happening. We're gonna mesh the scenes because again, like I said, they're
Okay.
kind of piecemeal happening simultaneously. So,
Yeah, yeah.
Scarin and Gil, you are asking the bill when you hear kind of a loud. What did you say, Cindric, specifically? When you yelled,
Just let us in, or else is what.
"Let
he
us
said.
in, or else," was the outrage kind of burst, and it kind of sounds
Yeah.
out across the yard. And you would notice that there are a couple people who are walking amidst the streets that kind of turn and look, and then kind of do that, like, you know, not my fucking problem, kind of like wander off kind of situation. But you're basically asking how much to pay. The answer would be 2 silver. And then she says, I suggest you probably help them folks with their problem. Okay?
I give her a gold.
Oh, very generous. Thank you so much. And as you kind of like are getting up to leave, you notice she goes and bites the bill to make sure it's real.
I give her like a.
The
Really?
What?
No trust.
Dude.
fuck?
It's a hard
Off.
one.
Then, as that's happening and you're getting up to rise to that, because again, you'll probably be able to make it to them once that conversation's concluded, or once that conversation's made it to where we're at. Inside of the space, you kind of moved towards the back of the room and are kind of like, she's pulled out the box, she's got it set out for you, and do you have the coin?
I don't. Sarah,
She's-
how much?
Good.
How
Are
much
you
gold you got?
Are you sure you don't have the coin? Because we just got that coin from the bag of holding.
Oh my god.
We had 500 gold, 1,200
Oh, I forgot about
silver,
that.
10,000 copper.
So I was instructed by Zach to give it to the other Zach, but I just gave the other Zach inspiration for the badass petty levels that were exhibited. So
Okay,
that means, Zach, you get to choose somebody in your group that doesn't have inspiration to get it.
Who doesn't
Okay.
have inspiration?
I don't think anybody else.
I got inspiration.
Oh,
Me.
yeah,
Me.
Johnny
I don't
has
have
it right
inspiration.
for.
I don't have inspiration.
Shijo, it's yours.
Thank you. I'll take it.
Of course.
Okay. So, yeah, I have enough, and I will pay.
Only because I had 100 gold. I mean, I give you what I got, but I was just gonna.
Yeah, but we did put all that coin in there, so
Yeah.
that makes sense. Okay. How much is my total?
425. So 10 potions of healing would normally cost 50 gold pieces apiece. 10 of them would be 500. So you had a 5%, or sorry, a 10% discount, which was 5 off each, 450. And then because you bought the box, 25 more gold off the top.
All right, cool. All right. Thank you for your business. Sarah, are you ready?
Yes.
And then that is when you are basically handing over the coin. You hear, again, Johnny. I just want you to keep repeating it so you understand how dumb it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
a
it's
horrible
perfect.
Oh my
person.
God.
Let us in or else
Oh, man,
was, I believe, the thrust of it. So yeah, you would hear that outside Queera, and as you kind of like take up your box, which again is not something that's, if you have a bag of holding, blah, that's easy, no problem.
Yeah.
Just who knows, a bagman might pop out. But you plop that in there, right? And then you kind of like, are settled, and you hear the noise, and probably shortly after Scarin and Gil make it to where they're going, you'll basically be arriving on the scene. So he gives you, Johnny, and Zach, the kind of retort, like, I'm going to tell Ambran, also if you fuck around, you will find out. And that's where we left off. Do you want to follow up with action or with retreat? Or with something else? More words? I mean, whatever. You choose. There's really no...
Tommel is full spectator mode. Sindrix is taking the fucking wheel and he's driving this motherfucker. Whether we're going off the cliff or somewhere else, he's about
right
to
into
pick
the
that
fucking
right.
ball,
Like,
Blues Brothers
I don't-
style, just driving
So-
around.
Exactly.
You know,
We're on a mission from God
Well,
now.
yeah.
Literally the
I'll let
cliff.
him in.
So
Well,
Scarin and Gil are in.
You'll basically be arriving
He's
as Sindrix is making the choice.
I guess you mentioned
And
Hasai
Gil's just like,
sent us
Oh,
over
Hasai?
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you do, like Scarin and Gil show up, and how do you mention Asai? Kind of give me like an idea of what the sense is.
Hasai told us to meet up over here. That's why I'm coming to ask.
Immediate shut. And Scarin, picking up the last bit of it, you understand that, and Gil also, you would understand that it seems like our hot-headed friend just told them that they came here looking for Asai, or came here on behalf of Asai.
I don't know if that was.
Oh,
dude.
oh no! What did I just do? Wait a second. Oh,
Mm-hmm. Yep. Asai, the
No.
guy in the prison cell
Yeah,
with a
that
bunch
guy
of guards who are willing to
Oh,
be bribed to let them in there to spend as much time as they want with him. Womp
yeah.
womp.
And the Fellhoods,
That-
who just told you that they are,
Yeah.
from the onset, hey, Ambrand's cool with us. The potential culprit, or one of the members
Yeah.
who might be in, efforts to...
Oh yeah. Yeah. I
Yep.
know.
You know what though? We all make
I-
choices.
Okay.
What's the old saying, Jisho,
he
from the
is-
historical documents? How does it go regarding choices?
There is one thing you gotta know about choices, and that's choices have consequences.
Always.
My-
Especially
I was gonna say,
fuck
in
around and
No,
find
I
out.
just real.
a
I
Friday
was
game, but
not
Tuesday game
thinking.
also.
Oh my.
Yeah, I mean, usually it goes a little different Tuesdays, and sometimes it doesn't. So
Sometimes it's a gin in a bottle. Sometimes it's you just walk up to a door.
We oftentimes joke it about Magpie's himbo nature when it comes to her characters, but I
That's
don't
true.
think she's in the kind of triumvirate of the Discord, the
No.
Jonah Brent Johnny kind of thing that's going on here?
No.
Well, it's
the
a
Jonah.
documented phenomenon. We just have to study it now to
We
understand.
have to study it fully, and that's why
Yeah.
we need to put them all in a game together, and that'll be coming
Okay.
soon. Christmas, that'll be happening.
Oh my. Okay, in the moment, he wasn't thinking clearly. He's mad that the guy told him that, so it just kind of came out.
Well, I think it makes sense, honestly,
Yeah,
because
you roleplayed it.
Syndrix is actually in this like vortex of like emotional turmoil. Usually, you're in my vortex as I'm saving you from your consequences.
Well,
But
the great thing
I don't
about
know
this
if I can do
game
that right now.
is that you can always just hit F8, and it'll go back to the load state.
I
that-
clicked it already though. I
I've
clicked
been
it already.
slamming my finger, sinking sinking state. Can't even...
Could I
Oh my god, that's some nerd
Right.
jokes. Go ahead, John.
could I make an investigation to look up at the other levels
Yeah, go ahead.
to see if there's like any cracks in windows, like open windows,
I'll say
broken windows?
we'll just use your old one. That's fine. We can kind of hold on that. As you're kind of re-evaluating, you would notice that the broken bridge is mostly broken on the pharmacy side. It doesn't look like it is so much broken on this side, and it looks like it connects with that bridge, connects with the fire escape route. Above that one, the next bridge. So you've got the bridge kind of coming out of the wall, right? This other bridge doesn't come out of the wall, it comes out of the corner. And it kind of like does this weird jaunt. Like it goes out like 10 feet, and then there's a larger portion of it that kind of goes out from that towards the pharmacy. Here, I'll just kind of give you a quick doodle there on the...
Do you mind if I just give you what I'm thinking?
hold on. I'll just do it easy. Okay, yeah, baby cat, I know.
Speaking of cats,
Okay, so red box, that is dilapidated, right?
where are we?
Up at the top left, sorry.
John, we're on the boat still.
Yeah, we should be.
Yeah,
Oh.
you know, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then you have bridge number 1. Right? And that's probably about 20 feet up. Okay?
Okay.
Then you have bridge number 2. And this one. Oh, ew.
That's a triangle.
No, I think that's the right side of the hallway because it's
So-
making a corner triangle off.
It's a bridge.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there you go.
And it kind of does like it kind of goes like it goes out, and this kind of section here is very very well supported, right? And then the bridge is actually coming off of that support structure, that support balcony, instead of actually coming out of the baby cat. Why must you did it? He just did a very bad thing. We'll deal with that in a second. But yeah,
Just
so
say you need a moment.
I will in a second, but I'll take it in a moment. So does that make sense? So you've got the one bridge that's straight above you, kind of like, because the door that you're talking to him is like directly underneath that first bridge, which is about 20 feet up. And looking at it with your keen eyes, he's just making it worse now. With your keen eyes, you would know that it also looks like it's set up to fail. Like, so if you were standing at the door and you were trying to, engage, there might be countermeasures there. The one that's about 35 feet up, that angled one, it looks more secure. It also looks like it has a kind of like metal cage over the top of it, kind of like an overpass kind of situation. You know what I'm talking about? Like a metal kind of frame around it. Okay, discuss amongst yourselves. I'm going to deal with this bad boy.
I guess Scarin will lean in and say, hey,
Why have you done it?
on. I was thinking maybe I could go up, turn to a cat, just gonna little sneaky sneak. People like cats.
I love
People
cats.
like cats.
Yeah, I love cats. Just
Uh,
not
well,
this one.
I certainly hope that they're not listening to us right now because we're right in front of their door.
I'm whispering.
Mhm.
What?
Doesn't even know. See?
Wait, what?
Wait, what are you doing? Sorry, my brain wasn't paying.
I think that planning now here is not the best idea.
Back to the ship.
You can always come back later.
Yes,
The ship.
I think that will be wise, especially
Okay.
since
Back to the ship.
yeah.
Tommel starts kind of half jogging away.
So, like on our
Scaring-
walk back to the ship, I think we can kind of exchange notes. I think each of us kind of learned a little bit. I mean, even like with the proprietors of the shop being very like they didn't really want to spill the beans. We learned that there's like a landlord, probably I bet you a motherfucking dollar it's Ambrand or one of his people that is the landlord of these buildings. We know that there's spellhood activity because of y'all talking to Miss Pierogi. And then we learned from Tommel and Syndrix that there's a connection to Ambrand.
And if we want to do something, we probably got to do it with pretty quickly.
Do it at
They're
night.
going to send word out to Ambrand.
Yeah, but I think it would be really foolish of them to try to silence us.
No, what would be smart of them would be to assign us out onto a mission and kick us out of the city really, really soon.
Yes.
So we can't continue to investigate.
It's like you're in my fucking brain. But I wanted to quickly ask.
This is a smart character, John. I'm sorry.
Well, you're a smart player, and I fucking
Yeah, it's like
appreciate
I'm playing a smart
I love-
character. Ain't nothing going on up here.
Yeah, look at me, man.
it. Don't say that, Gino. That's
Don't
not
tell
true.
me.
I just rolled the motherfucking dice, bitch.
Dice tells me what do I do. But Gino, quick question related to the box of potions you just bought. Did you put it in a bag of holding, or are you still just kind of holding it?
I think I was probably holding it.
Okay, Sarah, you've been with Queera. That's fine. I need you and Gil and Tommel to go ahead and make perception checks.
If
As
there's
you're-
a bomb in this box,
as you're
I'm
out
just
and
gonna
about.
quit.
18.
Okay, that's pretty dang good. I think that's sufficient.
John, can I ask you a question about those the owners of the shop?
Yeah,
You said at the end, you said don't tell, did you say Marva or Marla?
Mozu.
Mozu. Okay, I didn't write the name down. I know it
Okay.
started with M. It tripped
Yeah,
me up.
I named the young girl Tabaxi after my female cat daughter,
Oh, gotcha.
and the married couple are actually named after me and my wife. But you didn't ask their names, so it's fine.
I didn't.
We got our own little function going. Don't worry about the other two kids. One of them's printing down at the printer's press. He's doing scribe work.
Oh, he's a little business.
He is
business
being such a
Tabaxi.
little ham right now about it. Oh my gosh, I can't hate him. I can't be mad at him. Anyway,
The truth is,
He's
he's
trying
the
to conduct the
CEO of
business.
that house.
sorry, what?
I said the truth is, he's the CEO of
Yes.
that house.
Yes, 100%. Actually, it's my wife, but yeah.
Not true.
The 18 sufficient if no one else is rolling it. So Tommel, you would notice that the box is Jernarn branding. Basically, these are potions that are kind of purchased wholesale. They are not are potions that are made, right? So they are typically formed from postulant's blood, and content warning because it's kind of gross, but dealing with menstruation. Postulant's blood is Jernaran priestly blood, acquired in whatever method is are necessary, typically from female priestesses of Aloe.
That's something.
But the potions are of a greater than normal quality. These are potions of greater healing. You were told by Mozu, Kuyura, that they are potions of healing. But again, that's not something that Tommel knows. You just know that apparently Kuyura just bought the deck out on some pretty damn
Some
good
fucking
potions.
awesome
Dang.
potion.
44 plus 4, let's go!
This is
Nice.
the best day of my life.
Pretty good. Ah.
So did you spend all the money that we found on those?
Oh no, I got a great deal.
Oh
what is this game? What is this episode? Okay. No, the young tabaxi woman that works the shop give me a great deal. I've really barely paid over 400 gold for this.
Sorry. Say
I
that
mean,
again?
it's not that great of a deal. I mean, 400 gold is 425. It's reasonable for potions of healing.
Nope.
No, what do you mean? Tomo, you're the
Yeah.
one reasonable person in this party.
Mhm.
What are you talking about?
Those are greater healing. They're better.
You kind of turn the box and look at it. The Jernaran markings are, relatively clear. But
Oh,
in
shit.
Jernaran, and, taking a gander at it, you would be able to transcribe or, understand that they are indeed more than you paid for.
This I expect out of Gil, but you, impressive.
Yeah, I did not expect it out of me either. That's strange. Do I get the feeling like, oh, this is just like a product that happens to be really high quality? Or like,
Insight
did
roll.
she hook me up? Yeah.
Did she hook you
I
up,
don't
or
know.
did she grab the wrong thing off the shelf?
Well, oh man,
6-9.
You aren't sure.
I'm not sure.
You
So,
really
yeah,
weren't paying
I'm-
attention to the interaction. Sorry, you can make an insight
Yeah.
roll once this is kind of brought to light. You're trying to think back to the engagement.
Yeah, it's Sarah. What do you think? Do you think she?
So you were
Very
a bit
insightful,
more
Sarah.
kind of studious once you kind of got over and they started negotiating prices, and you reminded Queera of the recent influx of cash, et cetera, et cetera. You would notice that she seemed to be very unsure of herself when she came out with the box, and seemed to kind of just be kind of moving the box. Like, she seemed to be very kind of checking and double checking, but curiously not seeming to know, there was no recognition or anything, and kind of a nervousness until the point of the sale. Almost as if she didn't understand what she was selling you. That makes
How
sense.
much of that do you tell Quiera?
That's what you would get from that interaction.
I would say the whole thing. I would.
I just tweaked my fucking alignment to lawful.
Yeah.
If you
Might be
want
time to
You
slide
can
that
shift it
little
to chaotic
slidey
if you
bar
want.
back to neutral, baby.
So we're bringing it back, I guess.
What?
Sarah, you were saying that the girl looked confused when she was handing this to me? That's what you noticed?
Yeah, she seemed a little frazzled. Maybe she wasn't completely paying attention to what she was handing over.
Oh, no. Her parents are probably going to...
File an insurance claim. I'm sure they have plenty of coverage for situations like this. Shrink happens with a normal business operation.
This is a massive... This is a massive cost.
Which is the kind of thing that you get insurance to cover.
He's
If it
got
was a
point.
small little
He does
petty
have a
type
point.
mix up, they wouldn't be able to respond to that type of a claim. But with
Sure,
a
they can
big
just
loss
chalk
of
it up.
case like this, absolutely, it'd be foolish not to have that kind of coverage.
How does Gil and Sarah and how does the rest of the group respond? I mean, I'm willing to let Kuyura's morals be shifted if the group
This is fucking great.
pushes.
I mean,
we haven't gotten to the politics.
I mean,
Okay, so if
Tom
we
was playing
take,
his own politics in this party.
if we take the box back, there's an opportunity to talk to the people again.
that would be very good.
There's an
Sarah.
opportunity,
That would be a good
but
opportunity.
this
build
is also a
trust.
good opportunity in this
Oh,
box.
Yes, but trust
We-
has no price.
Star wants to take the
That's
box back to have an opportunity to talk to people again.
Scarin says we should take the box back.
Okay.
Fucking cops, man. All right.
No, that's not cop shit.
No,
There's one cop.
Calm down.
Being a good
When we're being
I will take
cops,
the brunt of
I'll own up to it. But this isn't cop shit. This is like
We're also
an
nice
upper-
people.
yeah,
Yeah,
and we're
we're-
trying to get information on.
Don't
Science.
fuck with me if I make a mistake in the future. Then you sons of bitches.
Right?
Is this a mistake?
I don't know. Was it? Okay, so are you going back in with the box?
Oh, who's coming? Who's coming?
Okay. So if you go
Who
in,
do you want to
I'll
go
go.
back
I'll go.
in?
I'll go.
I think Scarin should go.
if you go in, it kind of looked like John was dabbing there for a second. I was confused.
I will. Yeah, I think Tomo needs to kind of like babysit Gil and Cindrix.
No,
right
I got my
Okay, it looked like you were dabbing. I was confused.
no.
I
My
was like,
guard.
what is this? 2017? Jesus. Or whenever dabbing was.
I've never dabbed in my life. You leave me alone.
You just did. I've got it on screen.
It's still happening right now.
It's still
See it.
happening.
You
Yeah,
see
You're
you're
like double
dabbing.
dabbing. Jeez.
Double
Nice!
Like,
God, stop it.
Nice.
all right, we're bringing
Can't
dabbing
stop
back,
dabbing.
everybody.
Don't look
with
at me,
all
don't.
5 viewers,
Us.
we're doing it.
No.
Right here, right now. This is where it
Ariel.
started.
So, if you go inside, you'll notice that behind the counter in the last 15 or so minutes that you've kind of been deciding what you're going to do, you'll note that the counter is free one tabaxi. The mother leaf figure appears to have migrated away from the counter. Looks like there are a few more people kind of up at the counter, kind of making a bit of a line. But as you kind of step into the establishment, you can kind of hear where the tabaxi mother is. It seems like she and Mozu are in the back. And it sounds like there is a very Kuyura Cindrix situation, kind of turning the Kuyura up to 11, going on in the back.
Okay, that last bit. What?
She's being scolded by her
Scolding.
mother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hello, Mosu.
You head to the back, you hear that, and you hear a voice say something in Tabaxi, which you're pretty sure is Mozu's voice. And then another voice kind of replied very terse and like short. And then Mozu comes out and says, "Oh, hi, I'm so glad you came back. I made a mistake. I think I sold you the wrong potions."
Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry. We noticed the mistake, and
can
we
see
came
that
back
there's,
to
like,
fix it.
A bit of, kind of fluid around the eyes. She looks like she's like right on the verge, if not like tipping over the edge, ready to cry. And if you say that as you're kind of holding the box up, she'd go,
Yeah.
"Okay, great. Let me take this back, and I'll bring up the right box, okay?"
Before you run off, Sarah noticed that you looked kind of confused, disturbed. Was something happening? What happened?
I can't read Jernarin. Very good. She takes the box if you let her, and we'll kind of rush to the back real quick.
Can I make an insight check to see
Yeah,
like what her demeanor was when she
Yeah.
said that?
absolutely. Even with an 8, you would be able to pick
Yeah.
up embarrassment.
Okay.
You hand the
All
box over, and she kind of heads in the back. As she does so, you hear a little bit of conversation back and forth, and then kind of like calm. almost motherly kind of bit of conversation coming from the older of the two female tabaxi. And then very shortly after that conversation seems to wind down, it doesn't take long, maybe 10, 15 seconds. She comes out, the mother, kind of looks to you and nods her head and says, greatly appreciate it for you to bring it back, knowing that it was wrong. I thank you so much. It was a very large investment for us to get these, and we really appreciate you coming back and honestly giving it back to us. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. I never would have considered to cheat you in this way.
We are so used to people stealing around here. We have to be very cautious, and she doesn't understand.
Mosu does not understand.
She does not understand. So thank you for this. She will know not to make this mistake again. Thank you.
When you say that there is stealing here, I mean, obviously I work for the League.
She kind of looks around really quick, looks at your group, kind of like, and she immediately kind of like looks around outside of that, and then grabs your hand and pulls you towards the back, very quickly shutting the door behind her so that none of your group can follow.
Okay. I allow myself to be pulled.
When you get to the back, you can see that Mozu's kind of like a good 10 feet in the air on a ladder that's kind of precariously positioned against a shelf, kind of up there, reaching amidst like a grouping of maybe 5 of these boxes.
I call the OSHA Paladin.
You call the OSHA Paladin and comes in, smites the mother because obviously Mozu's underage and shouldn't be working here.
True.
It's a family business. I think you're allowed to get away with that type of labor.
In Janarth especially.
Not on that dangerous ladder.
Well, yeah,
anyway,
for sure.
I'm sorry, carry on.
It's an OSHA violation.
Contracts look like.
She seems to be very nimble and dexterous, and she's kind of getting the box. It just seems that she is looking at the box, and you see that she actually reaches into her pocket and pulls out a notepad, which you didn't see her reach for or do anything with in the first interaction. But seems to check it and go, and then like grab the box and pull it down after putting the notepad away. The mother, after getting you into the room, says, "You know who I speak of." That a dog?
I hope so.
Yeah,
That's Johnny.
yeah, that is my
That's
dog.
It's a full moon out, and Johnny's undergoing the change.
Yeah, that's...
Let yourself turn Cindrix into a werewolf for hilarity.
How does that even
You've
work?
got
though?
one
Weird
month.
dragon.
And I would say to Johnny, just go ahead and put your dog on the phone, okay?
That's pretty fucking cool. I support that.
Can you stop being a bad boy today? Like, can you just...
That's
No.
what I'm saying right now.
Wow.
We got bad cats, we got bad dogs, we got bad everything, you guys. She says, you know who I speak.
I'm worried that someone in our government, someone in our league, is helping the Fellhoods, and if the Fellhoods are hurting our community, that is completely unacceptable.
We have seen one of you or group. The one that comes, I mentioned, or that I believe has been mentioned. Perhaps you know of old man, gray, white face. I do not know his name. He wears similar kind of points at your League of Restoration.
Yeah,
uniform.
it's Ambrand probably.
Yeah, and says, I do not know his name. He come sometimes to our shop. He comes sometimes to place across the street. He sometimes enters by flying Okay, seriously, hold on. I need to fucking beat this cat up. I'm not really beating the cat up, but he is doing a very bad thing right now, and I cannot have it. I do not know what has gotten into you, but you are doing bad stuff. And now
I like Johnny's dog reacting
Stop.
to that.
it is snuggle
Stop.
punish time. Okay.
I'm gonna punish my cat by hugging it.
Yep.
Yes.
Listen,
That's how you
that
do
is
it.
the
That's what it.
punishment.
If it's
That's-
not on their terms, they hate
You know
it.
what? You're right. It's like a little prison.
Yeah.
Little cuddle
Nice.
prison.
Little cuddle prison. That is exactly correct. So, he comes sometimes. He talks to them, the ones across the street. We pay them protection. 150 gold a month. It is a lot. Your purchase would have been seen as something it was not if they saw you. It could cause us problems. Because you know probably those potions worth 5 times as much. It's not cheap. And it's an investment we made, but it is an investment we still pay on besides. It is not easy, but it is necessary to do this job here. So many people, diseases, poisons, virus, hurting, damn, they are hurt. And they need real answers to their problems. Moser kind of walks over, kind of just shyly and meekly with the box in hand. The box that she accidentally gave you is sitting kind of on a bench nearby to where you're standing. If you... I don't know how you would do it, because I know that they are helped by the City Watch, but if you were able to get that house to be cleared of them, I would give you that whole box. That is how much it would mean to me.
Well, I'm certain that kind of work doesn't come without the expense, so it would be a welcome exchange. I'm sorry, I didn't get your name.
My name is Suzanne.
I am Kuyura of the guild. I would say to call on me if you ever need anything. But for the time being, I think it is better if we are quiet about our work here or our association. For now, I'll simply be your customer and nothing more.
If you would like, I could maybe create a line of communication, but you could also help me with this.
Oh?
My daughter Mozo, she is very smart. She's very bright. She is only 16, but she has gone through all of the school classes that she has been entitled to go to in general course. But I know that the League does offer special, what do you say? She seems to be trying to look for a word to mean
Scholarship.
internship.
Yeah.
Yeah, is the word she's looking for.
To be an apprentice.
Yes. If you were to maybe take her as an apprentice for the League, and have her do classes there, she could come back if you had something to tell me, and vice versa. And then maybe she could become like you.
Mosu, would you be interested to apprentice?
She kind of is just Cheshire grin, just smiling up at you. Yeah.
All right. I'll be in touch tomorrow. I have to consider it. We have to move carefully these days. I'm sure you have heard of the assassination that has occurred.
No, I am not.
They're constricting the the news. It seems a council member was assassinated. So we need to move very carefully.
She would say, "What is a council member?"
Those that rule the city, the a powerful member of
As you kind of describe a bit of it, she definitely seems to be listening, but not really kind of grokking.
which is like
What
whatever.
it's basically like trying to explain kind of like American politics to like
Literally anyone.
well
no,
yeah
I hear you,
Yeah.
but it's kind of like someone important
right.
and powerful
She
is
doesn't
killed.
yeah, but she doesn't seem to know them. Like it's not someone who's on a radar. And as you're kind of
Okay.
talking to her and she's kind of telling you a bit about like as you're exchanging these
Mhm,
these pieces of information, what you're learning is that a lot of people, especially her and from her perspective, down here kind of in the midtown, don't care about what's going on in the keep
Okay.
or what's going on in the gate. It's literally like day to day. If I know my in groups, I know my. It's like a small town community, kind of in the heart of the city. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, the council doesn't matter to them. The watch does. So if you were to say a name of an individual, like if you were to say, like council member that she would know would be Marla. Marla Sifna is kind of like her president because it's like the sheriff on the beat.
Yeah, but
But if you-
Marla.
But if you mention Terran Ordric, name sounds like the city's name.
Is like, okay, whatever.
Sure, why not?
Okay. So, all right.
To her, the name
s-
Terran Ordric is like is like Bill America.
Jimmy London.
Jimmy London. Yeah.
Jimmy.
Okay, so cool. So I'll make a note to have, I don't know, when we get back to the keep, to have some process started for Mosu. But I'm also worried about getting her involved at all. I don't want her blood
Okay.
on my hands. I'm like, that's like internal.
Yeah. That's the Shisho mind.
Yeah,
John will kill this character.
yeah.
However, I will say, as a bit of meta knowledge, I did name her after the sweetest cat ever, so it's probably not likely that I do bad things to that.
I don't fucking trust that. Are you?
Depends on how attached you get, Shisho.
You're willing to hurt your own feelings to hurt my feelings. So,
Yeah, if you get
Yeah.
super attached, for sure.
so okay. So I'll I guess we'll be like, okay, cool, bye, nice to meet you, see you later.
Yep.
I'll grab Sarah and Skaran and we can get the fuck out.
Okay. One last thing. Make a perception check before you leave out.
Okay. My homunculus will assist if that's okay with you.
That's fine. Okay, so they,
Not 20.
there's like a tap from the homunculus and kind of like a slow kind of like tongue point in the direction of Mozu as you two are talking, and it doesn't change the dialogue. It's you and the mother still have this discourse, but while she was up there and she was checking her note, you saw her kind of put the notepad, flip to a blank page, and kind of write something down, and then close it, put that inside of the thing, leaving your box open, reach down to the more expensive box that was still on the shelf, pull one potion out of it, and swap it with one potion from hers, and then shut it, and like doing it while she was kind of very, focused on like whether or not her mom was looking.
Aww.
And so when you get outside to the group and kind of open it, you would see that one potion is different than the others. And you would see that there's a note, and it says, "Thank you so much. You really saved me. I appreciate it." And this would have been before you said, "Do you want to join the league?" So she didn't know that was a thing.
So sweet.
See,
And
The
her
real
signature.
Always
treasure-
pays.
Her
The real
signature.
treasure was friendship all along.
Her signature
Always
is the
pays.
Maxi language, which makes it look like just like a little like bunch of cat prints.
Cat prints. Aw.
No.
The Maxi language
I
is
picture
cat
just
prints.
scratches. It's like
Cat prints and scratches, yeah, like little.
It's
paw
all
prints.
straight line, like
Yeah,
symbols.
like hash marks.
So they can just like put a little bit of ink on the tip of their nail and just be like.
But then there's gotta be like a little bean part.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
you gotta have the beans. Now you see the real cat, Mittens. She has all black beans except for on her back left foot. She has one pink bean.
Aw.
Sorry. Oh, that cat. Okay. Back to you guys getting out with the box potions. Good. After that, are you heading back to the ship? That was kind of what was being mentioned before.
Yeah, unless folks have any other grand ideas.
Did the rest of the group wait for us, or they just walked off?
I was
probably
told
went
to
and got more
babysit Gil and Syndrix, but
I probably
mean-
was like, Cindrix, I think you need food.
Mm.
You're grumpy.
Scarin will
back
also
That
offer.
sounds. Yeah, that's the best day for him.
The old lady would be like, "Oh, back for more,"
Yeah.
and you and Syndrix would kind of head out. Sorry, are you going with them as well?
Oh, are we staying to eat, or are we going back?
Well, they went out to eat while Queera was dragged into the back room.
If I see them over there, I'll walk over to them.
Okay. So you all have your alpaca pierogies, I believe was the
Yeah.
soup
Nice.
du jour.
Oh.
Well,
Make
what
the
did you say?
little.
I mean, unless you want
Oh, we said
fried
goat.
guinea pig.
Whole roasted
And fried
guinea pig.
and whole roasted guinea.
Oh,
I had the
yeah.
whole
Just
roasted
like
guinea pig.
hold Syndrix's mouth open and just
It's just
hurl.
like toss them in there.
Well, I imagine
Guinea pigs
again.
in.
I imagine they're probably like deprived of their head and like hands.
Well, yeah.
Hell no.
Oh, no.
You
No,
gotta
all
eat the
of it.
head.
No.
You gotta eat the head.
Yeah,
That's the best part. You gotta crack open the skull and suck out the brains.
And then
Like it's a puppet.
Oh my.
scared just like one moment goes into an alley, just
I mean,
spits out a pellet.
not because that sounded disgusting. No, just because he's an owlin. That's how they do
what
it.
he does.
We had
I
this whole
don't know.
discussion, I think, like 2 sessions ago.
Tommel's got the nice little pellets.
Aww.
Tom.
No Tomo poop.
it's just hay.
Look,
Lots and lots of hay.
you're not allowed back there. I told you that.
Hey there.
This is the last
John,
chance
you didn't
get.
mean it.
I did.
So
He knows I meant it. Because I pointed at him.
are we all back together now?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're leaving
Should
the
we-
food shop.
Should we case this place tonight? It's more dark.
I think so.
That's more. That can be more my specialty.
You don't think Syndrix climbing up that big metal fire escape in his giant metal suit is going to be super quiet at night?
Hey,
I
come
can
on.
do it.
The
Why
No,
you
no,
gotta
I-
fight
leaning
well-
off of his big shiny ass fucking shield, huh?
Sidrick
I
forgetting
would-
he was a
I
big
would-
metal man and nothing,
Hey.
nothing's a thing of the past. It's a thing of the
Yeah,
past.
don't. Like, just
Maybe
ignore
he
my.
takes it off.
Fuck.
It wouldn't
Yeah,
help.
I would also say maybe we doesn't include everybody,
Leave Cindrix out.
especially not the heaviest wearers of armor.
I mean, there is another format to my armor that I can activate. I've never tried it before, but if we're going on a stealth mission, I might try it out. Otherwise, I'll be on the sidelines. With Syndrix, I don't think my armor will allow me to be quite stealthy either.
Click, 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 and whir, and
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, Gil and maybe Zara, possibly. Could stake it out.
Yeah.
or do we even want to take that long? Now, after Syndrix's outburst, we may be in hot water. They're
My
going to say,
apologies.
"Oh, the Dragonborn and the little rabbit man, Tommel." And he'll probably think,
apologies.
"Oh, we know them." So I think I would say we want to, if we're going to do something, we want to do it faster.
So I do want to point out something to you, John, and I just want to make sure I do appreciate your caution. I know what you're trying to say, but just like Syndrix, you have the right to do things that you want to do without permission from other party members. So I understand what you're trying to say, and I think as a DM, I think it's an interesting and good idea. If you want to do it, you can just do it. I understand you wanting to make sure everyone's okay with it because you don't want to be a Syndrix, but at the same time,
What?
you could, especially.
Oh,
with the
are we
ideas
are
of-
we verbing that? Are we verbing that term?
No,
No,
I
no,
like
no,
that.
Syndrix, we got it. It's there. That's it. It's a thing.
So I mean, he's
Play it
definitely
off
Sorry,
me
buddy.
now.
he's
Just
hot-headed.
gotta let out.
He's hot-headed. We know that. I mean, like, it's fine. It's fine. We understand. Like, and again, great role playing on your part, Johnny. Perfectly, nailed.
Yeah.
Obviously, the situation you're in. Obviously, we got to make comic light of it, though. But yeah, again, John, I want to make sure you understand. I know what you're trying to do. I get it. You mentioned the plan. If you want to do it, you could just do it. Like, you don't have to wait for anybody.
I think more so, I just want them to
Just tell them you're doing it, and that you'll be back.
that. I can do that. I want to say I can do that. And I can be back. Or, do we just want to go in?
Like, break down the door and
Since-
fight everybody.
Yeah, because I have two modes.
Because remember, Syndrix, that last part of the Syndrix conversation would have been brought to everybody's attention. You won't be fighting
Yes.
just them.
I think that they also own the apartment above that pharmacy, and there is an entranceway there too. Don't forget that.
Sure.
So like in character, I feel a little bit like paralyzed by the fear that if we push with force, like innocent people are gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because for us, like they'll probably just put us in jail. We've been in a jail cell before, whatever. But if they burn down the tabaxi shop or kill the pierogi lady, then we'll have their blood on our hands. You know what I
Or
mean?
just kill any of the guards that come to respond
The
in the
guards,
crossfire. You know
and
what
then
I mean?
that
Like,
will be on our that blood will be on our hands.
That
Literally.
probably won't look
Can I-
good for the new heir of the Orders.
Right.
Can I put a point of order out, though? Wait, what the
Yeah.
fuck? We've been in a prison cell before? What? When?
Yeah.
Oh,
Damn.
Yeah.
Well,
We
you're
were
a-
talking to the
I
Goliath
haven't.
Oh,
With the
yes!
people.
That did happen.
Yeah, everybody has.
Okay.
We were
yeah,
in-
we're
Oh, wait, have
tough
we?
and rugged.
Alright, I
Yeah.
forgot.
Hey, John, you were so excited that you had the whole party arrested.
I remember now.
Yeah.
And the joy could
I honestly
be
don't
replicated
remember
if
it,
you
but
wanted.
I believe
Another
it, so
situation, by the way,
Oh,
that
I
we
just
solved
remembered
without
that.
violence. So
True.
Yeah, we
we could have ended up like murdering our fucking greatest ally
Absolutely.
for that leg.
right.
And
But
I do,
okay,
I do
so
want to stress, though, John.
well, I want to say really quick, like as Quayura, like you're getting the go ahead to do like a solo mission if you want to bring someone to be like your lookout, then
I
that's
think it
up to
might-
them.
Thinking on it, it might be safer for me to just because I can,
Yeah, because you
Not
could just be a cat, a rat,
inconspicuous.
a bat, a spider, or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't
So
think
if
anyone
we're-
should go alone.
A stupid mouse.
Well, we
Just-
could have a lookout then, like dressed,
we can
anybody
send
got
my
disguise
familiar.
cell?
Yeah.
that
familiar.
would be better.
Okay.
Just perch it up on a roof and watch.
Okay,
Yep,
cool.
or like at a
So-
window and you just have it circle the building so we can see inside wherever
It
is best. But
clockwork,
like,
though,
Yeah,
so it's
that
good.
would.
And even as I'm, shifted, I can move around and nobody's
Well-
gonna.
You had mentioned a very interesting plan of attack. You were just going to fly up after transforming into, or just by yourself, and then turn into a cat. And obviously, windows, that might be a problem. The door that was mentioned by Sarah, though, does sound like it would provide a better method for ingress because you could just go up there, turn into a cat, and walk across the bridge.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, there are two bridges. Do you want to try and go for the higher floor bridge? Or do you
Higher
wish to-
floor.
Okay. So when you're entering into the entrance, because remember, there's two entrances on the pharmacy building
Right.
that are not for the pharmacy. When you go in, I'm assuming you're going into the door that's readily accessible near the pharmacy door. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay. As you go up the stairs, you realize that you're in a flight of stairs, and it goes up. And as you kind of look up in that space, you realize it appears to be much shorter than the building is, like this column of stairs. When you get to the top, you've only gone up about 4 floors, so you're only about like 40 feet up, and the building is about 50 feet tall. But you have a pretty good feeling that the 35-foot high bridge is probably on that last floor. Make sense?
Yep.
Okay. When you enter into this top floor, from what you can see, what you come to realize is it is a single room. The door is bright red, entirely made out of metal, like a tin. And it looks like the door handle is a very simple latchwork mechanism, but the simple latchwork mechanism of the door handle is not comparatively the same technology as the door lock, which appears to be much more kind of refined. And when you test the door, it does appear to be locked. The door is, like I said, made out of tin, painted bright red.
Is there any windows that I could sit on as a cat?
Inside
Windowsill?
of the stairwell, no. But if you descend down a floor to the 3rd floor and look around into that space, what you very quickly find is that it is residences, but it looks like the hallway, kind of when you kind of enter it from the stairs, it goes to the left and it goes to the right, and it seems to circumnavigate the exterior of the building with the residences, like the apartments, kind of in the middle. Does that make sense to you? So instead of having a hallway in the center of the building, you have a hallway around the exterior of the building. So the hallway has windows.
Okay.
So when you kind of go around to the first window and look out it, you'd basically be looking at the underside of the weird curvy bridge.
I'm inside right now.
Correct.
Okay.
It is an interior hallway with glass windows.
Gotcha. Okay.
Very simple, kind of. It's leaded glass. Do you know what that means?
It's
Kind of looks
thicker,
like
right?
it was. Yeah, kind of looks like it was poured too. Like it looks like poured
Right.
glass.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
then the
It's harder to see through.
yeah, it's similar to the one downstairs that was kind of like obfuscating the fell hood in the
Yeah, yeah. It's dusty.
That too. It's also a bit grimy on the exterior. But what you would notice is it's a very simple latch mechanism, and the windows can be opened, but they can't be opened fully. They can be opened about a quarter of the way they can go. So, like, windows normally, or this window would normally open like this, right? But it can only do
Yep.
like that. You can get out it as a cat. It's just getting up would be a little difficult. You could kind of try and jump out onto the top of that window and then jump up from it to the perch above, which would require a cat acrobatics check. Or you can look for a different venue.
Can I start with a new venue?
Yeah. So you can kind of maneuver around the space, and if you kind of are looking for a way to kind of aggress upwards, go ahead and make an investigation check.
As myself?
Yeah, you're not a cat yet. And
Oh.
also your mental scores and your trained skills are always yours.
Would be the same.
Yeah.
It's not. It's a strength, dexterity.
Strength, dexterity,
Constitution.
and you gain new skills if the
Right.
the animal has it. So with that investigation check, what you learn is that there's one window that has been removed completely from its frame and replaced with a wooden shutter. And the wooden shutter basically opens sideways instead, like a door. And it can go all the way, full 180, right? And you'd also notice that since you're able to kind of look out the space now when you open the door window slightly, is that all along the top of the window section there is a very hard looking metal gutter system, which is just perfectly big enough for a cat to walk around on.
Sick.
So if you kind of pop out, kind of fly up above that real quick because you're well out of sight, and then very quickly shift into a cat, you'd be able to land on that gutter system, no problem.
Perfect.
All right. Start pouncing
Go.
around, just catwalking over on the catwalk, and he does his little turn, shakes his little tush
Yep.
on the catwalk. You head on over to
Tail
the
flagging
bridge,
all over the place.
and I mentioned that it has the cage over top of it, right? The curved bridge. But
Yep.
what you notice is, as a cat, it looks like you can kind of get your way through. Like it's going to be a little bit of a squeeze. You pop up onto the stone of it and kind of push your little whiskers against the metal, kind of and get through, and then kind of plop down onto the bridge, kind of trouncing over to the door. When you get to the door, you'll notice that it is pretty busted. It looks like it has suffered a number of solid hits to it. The door handle looks like it's broken in half, but still hanging in the door knob space. The bottom of the door looks like it's kind of broken inwards on one half, close to the door jamb. And there is like a pretty decently sized splinter, or like split, in the middle that looks like it was almost like just broken in half, right? But it's still kind of, it looks like it was forced back into position. So you can kind of enter into this space without an issue. And you hear that there's a pretty decently sizable commotion on this floor as you kind of approach with your cat-like ears.
Something going down. I couldn't try to jump and hang from the latch to try to pull it.
Oh, well, the door itself, you can walk through as a cat. Like, there's a
Oh.
portion of it that's broken at the door jamb that you can just kind of, like,
Got you.
walk through. You can't really
Yeah.
see through it. It's kind of, like, broken and, like, will require a little bit of a push. But you're pretty sure you could go through quietly if you wanted to.
Definitely. 100%.
Okay. Stealth check as yourself. Well, as a cat, actually.
Right.
Do you have stealth trained as a owl?
Yes.
Okay.
Self trained and
So you'll add your proficiency.
I have
bonus,
proficiency. Yeah.
which is a 3 right now, right? And let me go ahead and grab you a cat, because I don't think you actually have one, do you?
I don't.
That's my fault. Let's get you a cat.
It's just been the biggest things that I could possibly.
Oh no, it's okay. I love druids. I've just in the past have made preparations, and ask Andy M if you ever get a chance regarding druids. He had played a druid, and I got him all the forms he wanted, and then he's like, I'm gonna be a circle of the fire one, and I'm never going to change into anything ever. I'm just gonna summon a fire spirit. So I took all this effort putting all of these fucking animal forms into a thing, and he never changed into them after third level.
Sounds about right.
So I just gave up. This is a cat. This cat is...
Adorable.
Here I am. I got a new one for you every session.
That's fine. Totally okay with that. It's a good gimmick. Show to players. So that should pop up on your sheet.
Heyo.
And then apparently I have a cat in my bestiary somewhere.
It's
'Cause
asking me to use the character modes.
this little guy did not pop up as a new token.
It showed up as a character for me.
Did you hit edit sheet directly?
No, I just closed out of it.
Oh, okay. Well, it should be there. So cats have proficiency with stealth. So that means you'd add your +3. So it'd be +5 if you're.
It'd be a
Yeah.
be an 18 plus a 5.
No, your roll's perfect. Your natural stealth is exactly what you should have, because your dex score is +2, right?
Checking. Yes.
Yeah. So you're identical to a cat, except that it is a tiny and you are not.
Right.
Okay. So you kind of weasel your way through the broken piece of wood, and the noise, the commotion is very helpful in like stymieing the sounds of being awesome. You get into this room, and it's kind of smoke filled. There's a certain kind of level of cloudiness to the space. There's a lot of furniture all throughout the space: tables, chairs, kind of just cushions on the floor. It's all very tacky, and it's all very out of place. It looks like a lot of furniture from several different locations, right? But there's a good number of people present here. Some of them are wearing purple hoods. Some of them are wearing other kind of gang markers that you aren't familiar with, but kind of, noticed when you were doing your investigatory work in searching for
Okay.
Asai the first time. But as you kind of meander about the space, you do notice that there does seem to be a cooler kids club kind of on the farther side of it. And just as like the commotion's kind of like, reaching its din, it all kind of shuts up once you kind of find a good place that you're well hidden in shadow, able to see a good amount of the room, like the perfect cat spot of the room. You know
Right.
what I mean? And looking
Yep.
over at the cool kids section, if you will, you would notice that there appears to be a bard who's kind of set up in this time on a stool, kind of out in front of this one table, and starts playing their instrument and singing a song. The bard in question isn't someone you know. It definitely does appear to be someone who's very out of place with everyone who's here. The garb that they're wearing is very kind of high class. They look like they are kind of here strangely out. They're just strangely out of place. And I'd like for you to make an insight check.
Well, let's see.
You do so as yourself, not the cat.
There it is.
Nice.
Natural 20.
You very
Nice.
much get the vibe that this person does not want to be here and is being made to perform against their will.
Uh-oh.
You do not know them. You definitely, now having seen them, would be able to explain what they look like to anyone else.
Okay.
And that is where we'll end the session off for tonight. There will be more opportunity for exploration at the beginning of next session, John, because there are several floors in this space for you to continue on. It won't take too long. Everyone else will do a little bit of the solo cap missioning, so don't be too afraid about that. But we'll get through. You'll get all the information. And
I'm
we'll move
terrified.
on. Okay, well, you should be. Again, and I will say this before we leave, too. There are going to be a couple of subject matters in this space that are kind of heavy, and I'll basically denote those in our side channel so that if there are any lines that because again, we have covered that, but I just want to reaffirm. But yeah, thanks for watching those that did, and we will see you next time.
I